Oh, hi everyone. Sorry I'm a wee bit later, but I wanted to film one for the next couple of days so that I didn't need to bother. Because I'm just going to be really tired. I just know it. Again, I've got a client tomorrow tea time, but apart from that, I'm just chilling. And yeah, I feel like Thursday I need to. I think it's a shift from Saturn and Pisces and Aries. I feel I'm really feeling it. Because Pisces is the end, so it's natural that we're going to feel like serious endings, karmic endings, and so yeah. So serious end of karmic cycles as well. Like Pisces is about the shadow side is about feeling fed up. So right. So again, this is quite a juicy title, isn't it? Like I just shuffled these cards like right, literally before I came on. So this person feels lost, hurt, and jealousy is eating them up, rumours and gossip, because I couldn't fit it all in. But the reason why I titled it that was so again, oh yeah, wait a minute, before I go into all of that, if you're new to me, this is not just for Pisces placements. Everybody has Pisces in their 12th. Well, yeah, everyone has Pisces somewhere in your chart, and you might have Pisces in the 12th house. You'd be very mysterious and Pisces energy, secrets and all that kind of stuff if you have that. But and everyone's got a 12th house. And so, if you're around here all the time, you'll know that the 12th house is my favorite. Because it's often the most misunderstood. And but the 12th house is where a lot of the work that I do with people uh all takes place, in the 12th and the 8th house. It's everybody's secrets and things to do with clearing energy and deliverance and activating people's soul, psychic gifts, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to check that you can hear me. Um, that I do with people. Yes. Right. So I mean, you might have saw me saying that in the post, but I just could sense it that like last night the whole time, like when I don't always do that, but I had my phone in the stand here and it kept saying like four people were watching, three or four people the whole time, which was, what, nearly 2 hours or something. And and then on the laptop it was saying five people. And then when I come off, there was over 80 views. So how do you get that? Do you know what I mean? It's just and that's what I mean about it. It can be very frustrating how much like this platform lies about stuff. Um But like I've said, that's actually one of the good things about it because I can get very overwhelmed. So I think you know, it's meant to annoy me, but actually it kind of helps because yeah. But again, I'm used to it because when I used to do energy readings for people in Facebook groups and stuff, not my own Facebook group, it was like a big giant one. I would have like loads and loads of people came on all at once. Like people would be waiting for me, and that it was nothing like it was so funny on my own Facebook page. It wasn't like that. It was like there wasn't loads and loads of people, but I loved the people that were there. But in this other giant one I went on, there was like it was like two different worlds. But I'm used to that because of my Gemini placements. I'm used to like a bit of a double life, double agent kind of yes. Not in a bad way. It's what I'm here to do as a light warrior. Right, okay, so let's put this. See, now it says five watching, but how do we know that's even true? So, wait a minute. Right. What's my sister saying? I'll need to look at that after. I'm sorry, I just seen a thumbnail. So let's see. Um just need to fit this in case anyone wants this. How are you all doing? We're in sleepy Pisces moon right now. It's not one of my favourites, to be honest. Like, I don't make a secret about that. Well, it's funny. It is the 12th house is my favourite house, but Pisces moon is not my favourite moon sign. It's very magical and mystical and very psychic and very romantical and lovely in that way. But it's also confusion, illusion, lies. And again, I just always tend to pick up on that side of it because I suppose it is because my Pluto is in the 12th house. I pick up on things like hidden enemies and things you need to look out for that you're not seeing and all that, because it's my expertise. So, but yeah, Pisces moon, if you're in the higher energy of it, is beautiful, very unconditional, loving, romantic energy. And like I said, if you're experiencing that when the moon is actually there, but and this is a big but, when Pisces moon is in the shadow, oh, that's so funny. I just, oh my god, I suppose I shouldn't really be surprised when it's Roxette versus Ace of Base. I just mentioned it must have been love in the video. That's why I'm late. I filmed videos for like tomorrow and Thursday, and I just mentioned that song. It must have been love, but it's over now. Must have been good, but I lost it somehow. Wow. I can't sing that song, but I told the story in Thursday's one that was my favorite when I was in first year. I had that song on repeat. So I was like, Christ, what was going on in my life that I was that fucking depressed? But I must have just come in remembering the twin flame journey. But it actually kind of fits with these cards. So the reason I called it that, because actually, let's just hold them up for the very interesting cards. So lost. I feel lost without you, right? Kind of goes with the sad energy of that. And also because it's Pretty Woman scenes, because that's on Pretty Woman. There might be, although this is very sad cards, there might be a bit of a what I call a Richard Gere moment coming, because that's basically I just we all if you've not for the people that haven't seen it, you're missing out. But he climbs the drain pipe with the roses, which I don't advise anyone to do. That's very dangerous. You never know what kind of fucking people out there need to practically hear that. But yeah, the whole sort of premise behind it is that she's like, that's not enough. Like, I want the dream. So, I could see how that, yeah, I could see how that fits. Like, if you are the divine feminine, you've stood in your power and you're like, I don't just want a little bit of you, I want all of you. So, or I'm certainly not sharing you. You know what I mean? Like, however this fits. But and this could have been ages ago that you said this to this person, or you've just given that energy, or however it fits. But yeah, I feel lost without you. And now this one's really interesting because, and again, they might have just literally got me to get this card in time to do this reading, because remember I only got these like literally the other day. But this one says, "Is it true? I heard you were dating someone. Is it true? Please tell me it isn't." So that interests me because Pisces 12th house is about, like I said, in the shadow side, it is about confusion, illusion, lies. So if this is resonating with you, just be mindful that um like if you are like, you're a divine feminine, male or female, that you're focused on your work, you're focused on your purpose, your mission, whatever you want to call it, and you're not seeing anyone, talking to anyone, dating anyone, all that kind of jazz. Just be aware that there could be troublemakers out there that are trying to say different or something. So there's always folk like that, but or however that would fit for you. Or again, this could just be this person is worried that because Pisces is mystery too, so this person could just be worried that that is the case. But then it doesn't drop there, because then we've got jealousy. I'm very jealous. I can barely stand it. So again, this could just be generally something, because again, 12 houses hidden stuff. This could be things that this person is working on, like fears around like somebody else like coming in and like well, it's not taking you off them, is it, if you're not with them, but it's like fears of somebody like scooping you up and taking you away. Maybe it's like even fears of somebody else doing a Richard Gere moment. It's something like that though. But also more shadow energy, because we've also got you hurt me. Everything that happened hurt me so much. I need more time to heal. So sorry guys, it's a bit of a sad one, but the 12th house is this energy. So what will we hold up for the it must have been love, but it's over now. It must have been good, but I lost it somehow. I mean, I'm not even in the. And again, I don't care about not being in the thumbnail, but it's just a fact that, wait a minute, if I hold, it's just a fact that it's when your face is there, no matter what people think of your face, I might add, it's kind of like it's people trust you more. You know what I mean? So, a minute there. It's not really a smiling moment. Don't turn around, cause you're gonna see my something, something. Don't turn around. It's not really a smiling moment, is it? But did I hold it long enough? It's funny when a minute. Dramatic, not smiling. Right, let's put them back and right, I'll do. Right. Yeah, let's dig into this. This is quite interesting. Right. A goal for me to stay awake. I've just suddenly went really sleepy. I did stay up though watching the I stayed up watching the live, which I've said to you, it's not a good idea. If you've got stuff to do the next day, just make sure you don't start watching that shit. Because of the healing energy, you'll find it hard to pull yourself away. But yeah, a bit tired. I watched Beetlejuice earlier though, the one that was out last year, and there was lots of interest and synchronicities, which are clearly going to fit with this. But I put a post that I'll if it comes in it comes in it. That's a really shit goal, but like I keep saying, I'm just really putting it in, to be honest. Right. Why does this keep doing that? Again, this could have meaning because with the Uranus and Taurus energy, it's about electricity. And my charger keeps like sometimes working, sometimes not. But I have got it was like a packet, you know what I mean? I've got another one. Right, okay, so sorry, I'm a bit tired because I just filmed those other ones. I was like, oh, I better stop because that's a bad idea. But I just wanted to get them done. Right, so what this will identify, this will help you identify if this is making sense to you or not. So this can be where you are presently or where you've been in the past. So what is something that is blocking the divine feminine, whether you're male or female? And it can be the masculine's feminine side. Being a vic. Oh God, I know I said it last night, but it's true. It's crazy how they do that. But I feel right. I've said this before. This is what I must have had visions about for years and kept being like, why do I keep seeing that? And not, it's not quite because I've saw when this channel takes off, and that's certainly not happened yet. But again, it's just exciting because I know it's going to at some point. But it's but like I said, it can be overwhelming too. But it makes sense to me that the videos are getting like some of them are getting, well, most of them are getting like 3 times more views than what we usually get, because I'm more excited about doing it this way. You know what I mean? Because I just move with the moon so much. Like, so I'm not going to be able to always, I don't think I'm always, not just, you know, with life and stuff. I'm not always going to be able to do it. You know, the Pisces 12th house in the Pisces moon, the Aries and the Aries moon. But where possible, I'm going to try to keep up with that. Because yous must be liking it because there's more views. You know, that's the way I'm seeing it. Because like they weren't getting those views before. And like I said, although I'm just here to show up for whoever, you know, is wanting the help, because not everybody is in that kind of high frequency new earth energy. So I'm not for everyone. I've never tried to be for everyone. You know what I mean? If you're trying to be for everyone, then you're being fake. You know, not everyone's going to like you. If you're truly being yourself, you should have haters, basically. But don't aim for that kind of thing. But yeah, anyway, get back to this. Last night that happened where there was lots of ones about chalk surprises and being original and unique and stuff, right? Because that's Aquarius. And tonight, these are Pisces themes because we've got things to do with the shadow and all of that stuff about feeling lost and whatever those other cards said, and jealous, and you know, so that's all the hidden things that you don't really want people to know. Um, and so is the shadow side of Pisces is also being a victim. So you feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whenever you want. So this is actually the feminine's card, but this is the masculine's feelings. So remember, if you are the divine feminine, male or female, like, I understand that you could feel helpless to change your love life because you're on the fucking twin flame journey. If you're watching this, you are to a certain extent, but you're not. Again, change your thought process and flip it around and reframe it. Yes, there's no two ways around it. Although you'll have every man in their dug out there, meaning well, being like, you're not really again. And it's funny because I like to say it like this, right? And I'm kind of saying it in jest, but I'm not really joking. So I'm owning that. It's kind of like, you're never truly in separation. You're always with your twin flame. Yes. Okay. I do get that because I literally feel them right here all day, every day, and have done for the past 20 odd years, right? And sometimes he was actually literally right beside me for some of those years. But it's like, for a small fraction, I might add. But it's kind of like, it's not the same, is it? It does feel like you're in separation, actually. You know, it's so, there is even now, even with all my experience, because I have got a lot of experience. Um, yeah, let's just be honest. It is pretty shit, and you're allowed to feel fed up. Hello, Renee, how are you doing? You're allowed to feel fed up about it. And in a Pisces moon, you're quite likely to feel fed up, to keep it real. So I'm just giving a bit of a different perspective on it. I get what that means when people say that, and you will hear me say it from time to time because it's true. If you are true twin flames, and I mean true twin flames, which not everybody is, but if you're sure that that is your true twin flame, you will always feel their energy around, and they're within you, you're within them. Sometimes you're gonna love it, sometimes it's gonna be fucking annoying, and you're like feeling the person's everything, and you're kind of like, what do I feel this today? And is it mine or is it theirs or what's going on? Or but with all that aside, you can change whenever you want. You can change your mindset around it. So I feel if you are the divine feminine, it's like, it's time to step out of being the victim and step into being the victor. What can you do in your life? How can you use this time on your own to, do things that you might not actually be able to do when you're spending time with your person? Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you should, technically speaking, you should still be able to do a lot of the same stuff, if not all of it. But you know what I'm saying? There's definitely like things that you could be utilizing the time to just be peaceful, enjoy the peace and quiet, and especially if you're very introvert, which I know I attract a lot of people like that because I'm like that, believe it or not. This is just the animated side of me, but the other part of me is just very Scorpio Pluto-ish, and I'm just like no wanting to really talk to anyone a lot of the time. So 444, when I realized I needed to tune in, oh love it. 444 is one of my favorites. Angels all around. So what have we got? So remember that is the feminine's card, but this is also the masculine's feelings. So masculine, you feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whenever you want. See what I mean? And that's why if you're the divine feminine, male or female, it's so important that you don't fall in. It's actually more important that the feminine doesn't fall into being a victim and like, oh fuck this, they're never coming back and they're always gonna pick someone else, and if they want to be with me, they're never gonna fucking do anything about it. And you know what I mean? All of these are very valid thoughts and must be relevant because it's coming out my mouth and I'm just, being the mouthpiece. But it's the cards will back it up when I'm doing it. But it's, you're allowed to have your moments like that. But then you've got to give yourself a shake, either yourself or go to people like myself that can help you to, get you to refocus on things that's going to help you come out of that. And again, same for the masculine, because the masculine will sit in that being a victim for a long time too. Like, I'm stuck in this karmic situation. I'm never going to be able to get out of this. This is a nightmare. And, that might be for especially, sorry to laugh, but Mission Impossible just came on, The Final Reckoning, an advert when I said that. So, maybe people are in a bit of a stuck, impossible situation. But let's see. So, what is the one for the masculine and the feminine's masculine side? Your logical, analytical, where it's past but not talking. Yes, Pisces 12th house is also about silence. So, this could be another one about ghosting because that was last night. You aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. Oh, sorry, I've just these cards. All these cards just fucking blow me away. But yeah, so masculine. The problem is you're not talking. you're not communicating your needs either clearly or at all. So the other person doesn't know how you feel. Side note, when you're true twin flames, the divine feminine does know how you feel. Like, you know what I mean? Let's just, again, I'm not going to make, there's nothing mysterious about that. If you are the divine feminine, you know how your masculine feels about you, but you want to hear it from them. And like I've said all the time, it's like that whole separation thing. You've got to go by what's going on in the physical. You know what I mean? You've got to do both. Believe that it's real, but you've also got to get real and be practical, that if somebody is like away building a whole other life for somebody else, you've got to respect that and let them get on with it. Like that is what that is what they're putting out there to the universe. So well, that's, I get where they're going with that. Again, remember, this could be past energy, but this could still be present. Even more important if it's people's present. If you are the masculine energy, male or female, and you are secretly, because Pisces is secretly in love with your divine feminine, and trying to manifest or build a life with them, like energetically, for it literally come about. But you're literally building a life in the physical and telling people a different story in the physical. You're not going to manifest it. You're not going to manifest with the feminine because you're confusing the, I don't like saying the universe, but I said the universe in the one yesterday. Some of you must like saying that. You're confusing the energies, you're confusing the guides, you're confusing, you know what I mean? And that's why it's about, you can't be a victim, not talking and staying stuck in things that you don't want to be in. Like you have to come out of being a victim, be the victor, start talking and yeah, making the change happen. Now that is quite brutal, harsh energy that's coming out there. So the song that just came on is Fading Like a Flower Every Time You Leave. I don't know how that goes, but it's Roxette again. So I feel this has got, this is quite sad energy, but I feel this is like, perhaps that's why the feminine's got, you feel helpless to change your love life. And the masculine's got not talking. Like, this could be past energy where you felt quite helpless because you know that this person cares about you, but they've never said it, or they've never said very much, or you've not heard from them for years, or whatever the deal is. Probably going to be years. Yeah, but but look, resistant, secret admirer, suppressing, timid. It's again, it's that old chestnut of it's like the divine feminine brings up feelings in the masculine that the other karmic people just don't bring out, like which is a good thing and a bad thing, because it's like the karmic people don't make them all nervous and lose their words and all that kind of stuff, because they're not. It's not that they're not bothered at all, but they're not as bothered. They don't fuck them up in that kind of good way like the feminine does. It's because it's not that electric, powerful. It's not that fucking it's not that energy. You know what I mean? So it doesn't mean people haven't got chemistry with other people. It's not the same. But the bad thing about that is it's like that's why they can be around other people, because they don't do that. So you can see from that perspective as well why divine masculine, male and female, do choose other people, because it's like, oh, thank God, this karmic person doesn't do what that twin flame does to me, whether they're calling you their twin flame or not. You know what I mean? But eventually, further down the line, the masculine has the switch up where they're like, oh, actually, this is kind of boring. And like this karmic person, or all these karmic people, these different living the single life, like these people don't give me the same buzz. I need that high. You know what I mean? She smashed a rose down to the ground and it smashed when I said that. I know roses don't smash, but it was like I don't know, it was meant to be like a chalk rose or something. Right. So give us, where's an energy? So whether this is past energy or present, where is the divine feminine now and the masculine's feminine? Feel it, but this is also as well. This can also be, if you're the feminine energy, you possibly have not made yourself clear in the past or even now, and you need to discuss how you feel too. So an opportunity needs to be created for you to talk, and it's Gemini season right now. Good, it's good to talk. It's about talking. I just saw mistakes when I was shuffling. So where is the divine feminine, male or female, at now? Whoever, all the people that are resonating with this. I feel like a part of me is missing without you, absent. But that came out in a verse, right? So again, I feel that's fitting in with like the feminines that are out of victim mode and you are the victor in your life. And although you always feel a part of you is missing without this person, you've sadly gotten used to it. So it's yeah, that's what I'm feeling with that. And it's like I get what they're saying. It's like it's like a message to the masculine. The longer you leave, I've said this before, but the longer you leave it, the longer you're literally training somebody to live without you. So it's like if that's what you want, then that's fine. But that's not what the masculine wants because I help the masculine. Right. So let's see. But it all serves a purpose. I'm just channeling the energy. This is what the people feel. Always have. I always will. I know that you just want to show me. I don't know the words, but that just came on like when I said that. So do you know what I mean? I feel this is the masculine that's not talking. It's like I always have felt strongly for you, and I always will, but I'm just not going to tell you. Pretty sad, isn't it? But that's Pisces 12th house energy. I'm almost this was pissing me off, but I'm pushing that aside to put off. Right. So where's the masculine at now? They didn't even, do you know what? They didn't even want to share that because I turned it over the wrong way. Unsatisfied. I wasn't happy with the way things were going. Now, this is so interesting because this came out. I don't know if this was the one I've done for tomorrow or if it's the one I've done for Thursday, but it doesn't even matter because they're all timeless. But that card came out and I said the same thing and I'm getting the same feeling. I think this is half like the masculine was uncomfortable is the word I want to use and unhappy with the feelings that you were bringing up in them as the feminine. So it's just exactly what I channeled. The card's just banging it up. Like, I can't be around this. This is uncomfortable. Like I'm shutting off in denial. Whatever you're fucking doing to me, I'm out. Peace out. See you later. Like, you know what I mean? So however you want to, that's what happens. But also I feel this is like then what I've just channeled. They've just chucked out the card to back it up. Oh shit, I'm totally not satisfied in this karmic situation. Like, I feel like this. And look at her. Whether you're a divine masculine, male or female, she really doesn't look satisfied. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you're fucked if you don't. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You know what I mean? Like this person, oh, I always do that. This person's like, fuck my life, what have I done? I couldn't handle the feelings that they were bringing up in me, but now I am stuck somewhere else where I'm even less satisfied. Oh God, now it's not in the shot again. This is like just embodying the frustration again, though. Where do we hold it? There. You see what I mean? Somebody's staring into space, feeling very unsatisfied, possibly thinking about the jealous feelings, the lost feelings, the hurt feelings, you know what I mean? The wondering if you're moving on. Right. Is that enough of these? Secret, there it is again. Secret admirer, suppressing timid resistance. So again, it's quite frustrating. I'm observing myself getting annoyed, but it's like it is either a mixture of people that are unsatisfied, like stuck and unsatisfied, not talking because maybe they aren't even allowed to, if we give it that kind of angle, or stuck not talking simply because they're shy. Some people are secret admirers, suppressed and timid, like they don't know how to tell you how they feel. So be mindful of whatever one resonates. Be mindful and be wise, I would say. Releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away. And so I feel that like this is coming through really strong. I'll see what other cards back. But it's like I feel that's why the feminine is like, yeah, I do always feel like a part of me is missing. But I've been like this for a very long time. And what if this person literally never comes back? Because they've given me no indication that they're coming back. So I'm letting go and I'm moving on and I'm walking away. It's pretty harsh, but that's what's coming through. Right, let's see. But they did pull me to the compassionate card when I said that. Empathic, caring, and sympathetic. Again, I feel it's because that timid card keeps coming out. It's like, and then a song called Cartoon Heroes is just coming. So let's just like this person's stepping into their strength. Right. Will we get these now? Yeah. What does the masculine want to say right now? None of this higher self. Like, what is the masculine's conscious self? If somebody could step forward and be a spokesperson right now for whoever's all making sense of this, what would they say right now? I'm owning up. Oh, it fits. While we've been apart, I have been learning who I am. I really have changed. I want you to know that you can count on me to do the right thing. So you see how that fits, because that can still fit with either of the scenarios that I mentioned. I'm owning up to how I feel about you. I'm sorry I haven't told you before. This is how I feel. Or I'm owning up to the karmic people. I'm still healing. When I pull away from you, I'm afraid of being hurt. It's nothing you're doing wrong. Please don't take it personally. You're doing everything right. Again, this is where I usually laugh, because what if it's been years or decades? But if you are in a scenario where you do see this person, and then they're, you see them and they pull away, it's the elastic band theory. If you've read Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, that I haven't read that for fucking years. I read that when I was like 19. That's how much I was on my self growth, self healing journey, and it is a great book. But it's something about the elastic band theory is, again, you can't make this fit for twin flames, but so push the twin flame thing aside just now. But so let's just do it as a general dating thing, right? That apparently, if you're getting to know somebody and you're getting really close, and it's like a chemical thing in a man's brain where they could be all about you, all over you, like can't get enough of you, and then something kind of kicks in where they will pull away. So maybe the fuck's been a couple of days, or no fucking answer my text or call or whatever, and then it could, time could go on. And again, in this quick, fast day and age, some people can be like, oh my God, they're seeing someone else, and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, in this, it's a very old book, but in this book, like, he says that if a man, I think it was something like if a man leaves it longer than 3 weeks, or something like they can't leave it longer than 3 weeks. I don't think it was 2 weeks, I think it was 3 weeks. If they get in touch with you after that 3 week mark, like whether they realize or not, they really are starting to like you. Because, but it's still, even if so, that's the point. They could really, really like you, but they still need to pull away. It's like they need to sort of regroup and man cave and whatever you want to call it. But again, scrap all that for the twin flame journey. But I do remember at the time, like when I was really young, like I think I was rereading that book again, and it was kind of funny because like it was like right as I was reading that chapter, like I hadn't saw him anywhere for ages, and then it was like I was like, all right, and again, it wasn't a scenario where I was like, oh, he really likes me. We're now going to be going out, and no, it wasn't like that. But it was just, I suppose, it was like a bit of a test to kind of see. But it was really funny. I think it was like right on the 3 week mark. Like he like serendipitously called me up, and I was like, I think it was again. It must have just been the guy trying to be like, remember the connection, remember your past lives. And again, Pisces is past lives, but yeah. So this person's owning up, but they are still healing. And yeah, they're healing. They're healing being stuck in ego. I was selfish and stuck in ego. Like this person is healing the deeper, darker parts of them. So if you are this person, all the masculines that are in this, like, be proud of yourself for doing that deeper work that loads of people avoid, men and women. Loads of twin flames avoid it as well. Think loads of people think they're cutting corners, and no, there's no cutting corners. You've got to do the work. And it's not just twin flames that need to do this. Everyone needs to do it. Like that mediumship Monday last night was good for like the stuff that was coming out, because I've watched most of it. I just haven't done the meditation at the end. There's just a lot about shadow integration. So yeah, this person's healing and they're facing up to the ways in which they've been stuck in their ego. But there is something really coming through here. It's not just stuck in ego. It's like this person is stuck in some kind of fear about expressing their deeper feelings. So if you are resonating with being that person, get some deep healing, like all the stuff that I provide. But if you don't want to come to me for it, like, go and get hypnotherapy, because that you don't need to self-sabotage all the time, because that's what the 12th house is as well. It's the house of undoing. Doesn't need to be that though. Dressed for success, Roxette just came on. You know what I mean? You can dress for success. You know what I mean? Like, if you stay in victim mode, you'll always be the victim. You'll always attract situations where you're in an unhappy relationship, shitty friendships, being treated like crap by family, because you're telling yourself the victim story. if you step into being the victor, and like, you know, you'll start attracting healthier situations where you don't need to keep telling yourself a sob story. It's coming through really brutally harsh, but again, it's like I feel, you know, I always say I'm either in like softly, softly Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene energy, which I've always got. I'm always pulling in that energy. Because actually, somebody read for me recently. It was quite funny, and it was like I noticed when they read for me, it's like they were talking about roses a lot, and I was like, oh yeah, that is totally the Mary Magdalene energy. But the person didn't necessarily really realize that. And then when they were reading for other people, they never mentioned anything about that. But the things they mentioned were things that those people connect with. So you know what I mean? It's kind of like, but what I was going to say is I'm very much in like the goddess Isis Kali energy tonight. It's like that sun moving into my eighth house has got me very kind of in that strong, you know, it's brutal honesty. Scorpio's brutal honesty. It's like that kind of, and Gemini, yeah, Gemini is communication. And Scorpio's like, you know, pain. It's, but in order to transmute the pain, it's just telling the truth. Some people don't like to hear it, but it's telling the truth. And again, like I said, it comes through harsher when I'm doing the public stuff. If it's a personal session, I'm way more gentler because the stuff that, as you can imagine, or some of you literally know, when I'm actually dealing with people in sessions, I'm actually always coming to them from this energy, my eighth house, but with, because that's where my destiny is, and it's, you know, I'm holding space for people's deepest traumas. So most of the time when I'm sitting on a Zoom with someone, whether you realize it or not, you're in your inner child state. So it wouldn't be appropriate to come through in this energy. Usually a lot of tears. Unless it is like more coaching mode and someone's getting help with their business or something, but more so than not, it's the deeper stuff. But yeah, and it's interesting too because right now, Sun is conjunct my Chiron. A lot of, that's why they're getting me say a lot of people would put it this way. This is what doing the work does for you. Right now, a lot of people where the sun is hitting their Chiron, they would not be able to do a live stream to provide healing and support for other people. They just wouldn't. You wouldn't even be able to mask it or hide it, right? And anyway, I'm typically the kind of person where, see, if I actually do have like a really bad day, I'm probably most likely not going to come on here. Unless I felt strong enough and I felt like I could and I felt like it was going to help me and help other people. But most of the time, like again, that's good self-care. I'm just like, nah, I'm not doing that to myself, right? But I'm actually feeling empowered, and that makes sense because Chiron is to do with like either being the wounded healer or being the empowered healer, or it can be associated with being the shaman. It just so happens I am a shaman. So you know what I mean? It's like basically this is what it looks like when you've done the healing, when you've done the work. It never stops, but like the sun is shining a light on my Chiron, 0 degrees Gemini, and I'm feeling pretty good. Like I could, oh, believe me, I could, but that's 12th house, that's my secrets. I could go into victim mode about all the stuff that's happened to me throughout my whole entire life, but I don't. I have shed light on that darkness. I have done the healing that I needed to do on my own. I have went to the appropriate healers and coaches and groups and, you know, over the years, and I don't see myself as a victim. I see myself as a victor. And again, for the things that are relevant for you personally, I could talk more about different things that I mean in a personal session. But you know, think about that for yourself. But again, same with the masculine. You can also step out of being the victim and step into the victor too. And that's, and the thing is how you come out of ego is by owning up and doing the healing. And I do feel that is what a lot of the masculines are doing, or they will do. But there's something here about, you know, with this Gemini season, there's something about needing to express yourself. And again, it's not a coincidence. That's why, with my wounded healer being in Gemini in the eighth house, that's why I've got so many reviews of how I've helped somebody like not only heal their trauma and release it, but actually do things like do hobbies that turn into jobs that earn money, actual money, that use their voice, ironically, like YouTube channels and social media and stuff, where people like just couldn't even find, they couldn't speak. So believe me, I understand more than anyone when you've got very deep feelings for somebody and you can't express it. because again, I know this, I know that this will be like, I right then, but like I said that, I think I said this, and must have been that first, it must have been the video for tomorrow. That was me. Like I used to freeze. Like I couldn't, I looked very weird around him. Like, fuck knows what he was saying. But you know what I mean? Like he would have been feeling it internally too, and then talk shite probably to people around him. But you know what I mean? Like all I know is like I couldn't speak. You know what I mean? Like I just froze, and it felt like I was a little mermaid. It felt like someone had taken my voice. And, oh fuck's sake, I'm just going like a total weirdo. I now know what that's about, right? It's yeah, things to do with my ADHD and definitely things to do with it. But you know what I mean? But I didn't know any of that then. I was just kind of like, why am I acting like this? And then there would even be other people around me, and at some points him being like, just talk. You know what I mean? Like they weren't understanding. Like just fucking talk to each other. It's like I can't. I don't know what to say. But we did know what to say to each other when we were on our own. We weren't doing a whole lot of talking, but anyway. I'm afraid I walked away, but I intend to come back. My concern is, will you be there when I do? I was running from myself. Running, 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 running from myself no more. I'm ready to face it all. I'm thinking, I've been hearing, look, there's right as I was singing that, I've been hearing songs and music that reminds me of you, and it makes me want to reach out to you even more. I'm processing, but it's in reverse, so I don't feel like reading the rest. Somebody's done enough processing. I want to apologize. I need your forgiveness. Pisces 12th house is about forgiveness. I realized all the mistakes I made. You're always on my mind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. Right. So they made me pull quite a lot, but I can see why. So, um, but yeah, if you wondered why I'm talking about it does matter, you know, because I feel they're making me talk about. They do this a lot if you're new, but it's because it's good for teaching purposes. They're making me talk about the sun conjunct my Chiron right now because for a lot of you, you know, the sun could be conjunct in your Chiron, you know, like in the coming weeks or something. So, you know, you might want to check, especially if you're kind of ages with me, you might want to check what degree your Chiron is and just be aware of that because I'm just warning you now, it could be quite rough, you know. Um, but I pray that you're in the strength that I am. Some of you could be feeling, you know, like, you know, but don't get me wrong, I think there is a bit of a tiredness too, but it's not an upsetness. And I feel, and if it was, I would embrace it. But I feel it's because, like I said, I think I now realize, I think that's because for the past month, I was focused on personal trauma release, like for me. And I released a hell of a lot. That's why I even cried quite a bit on some of these lives and stuff, which I've never been a stranger to. But I'm glad I done that because I think had I not done that, I could have been not being so good right now. But so it's just another perspective that you know the wound Chiron doesn't always need to be about your wounds. Like at some point, you transcend those wounds and you go from the victim to the victor, or you go from the wounded to the shaman. You know, you don't need to be an actual shaman, but you've went on the shamanic initiations to earn being in this place. Deep. Right, I'm not. I've just noticed I'm not using the spread. So um let's see. Let's find it. Right. Okay. So we've done that. We've done the past. We've done the present. Right. Let's see. What is a kind of karmic lesson or something that we need to know right now for the feminine and the masculine feminine side? Karmic relationship, releasing the past. So again, kind of fitting. So I feel if you're a feminine, male or female, is there a karmic relationship that you need to release? Like, is there anyone around you? Again, I'd imagine not romantic if you're feminine, but you know, only you'll know. Um, like friends, basically any connection that you can think of that it's keeping you in your past self, like it's keeping you stuck. It's not you anymore. Who feels like a bit of a karmic relationship? Because that's a karmic lesson right now that you need to be releasing the past. I'm wondering if the message for tomorrow or Thursday, there was a message about like it had something like it also had stuck in the past and release your ex. So this could even be that like you've not saw this person from your past, like, you know, a romantic person for like years or decades in some cases, but there's still like you're carrying some kind of trauma, some kind of fear. Like basically they've put you off, you know, like they've put you off being in a relationship because of how bad they were. Like, you know, it's the kind of you know, because it's the 12th house, I'm going to pick up on the more sort of extreme examples of like if somebody was really abusive, it would be understandable that you're like your conscious mind might be like, oh, but it's fine, I'm not going to ever get involved with somebody like that again, and if I see the warning signs or the red flags, I'm fucking out of there. um but your subconscious or your inner child or your younger self, whatever age you were, might be like, but you didn't run away the last time, so I don't believe you. You know what I mean? So I'm not like, do you know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like I'm embodying the argument that might be going on within either, well, this is the feminine's card, to be fair. So this can be your where you're presently at or your past self. But this can also be for the masculine too. And again, that's something where I can help you with some shamanic healing and hypnotherapy, you know, where we'll negotiate with these different parts of you that are in conflict, you know, where like you know one part of you knows actually, but I'm never going to let that happen again. So why am I saying that? But like this inner child or the shadow part's like, yeah, but I don't trust you because you let me get into that situation. You know what I mean? So you can see how you need to make peace with these parts. And again, all you need is to have the trust in somebody that's able to help you with that, me in this case, or other people. But again, the thing is, you might find another shaman or a hypnotherapist, but you're not actually, I'm going to own that, you're not going to find somebody that does a unique combination of stuff that I do. I am a specialist in that area, you know, like, and again, I get the results. Um, but yeah, there's something you need to release the past. So again, that's that Saturn in the last of Pisces. Pisces being the end, Saturn being strict karmic lessons. Where do you need to release the past? So again, now we need to go on to the masculine too. right, right as I've said, we need to break this down for the masculine. Barbie girl just came on. Hello, Barbie. Let's go party. So again, I can that right away. It makes me think like showmance romances. Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. Like, oh, we're Barbie and Ken, so we need to be together, even if we're miserable behind closed doors. We need to look good together. You know what I mean? It's kind of, that's just kind of what, or whatever it means to you. But also, if you think about it, when in Barbie the film, it's actually quite sad because you know it's funny too, but it's like it's more Ken's story about like you know he keeps being overlooked, and it's like and that's that I remember when I watched it, I remember doing lots of channelings about the karmic breakdowns in relationships where it is just kind of like yeah, because throughout that film, it's like it's all about her, and like you know, he keeps trying to get her attention, and it's nothing's ever good enough. So that is the kind of image, and what like from what actually look when I make that face, but that is what karmic energies are like, the worst kinds. Because like I said, if you've got a karmic energy when it is like you've just grown apart, and you know they're pretty sound, but you're not on the same page anymore, then very lucky and rare. But most people have nightmare kind of karmic energies where it's like there's a part in you, if you're the masculine, male or female, you keep trying to get this person's attention, trying to get their approval. It's quite interesting because it's like, again, I was getting all these messages and downloads about this other day where I, you know, I don't want to go too deep into that, but I do remember doing that, you know, when I was younger. Like, you know, you wanted to keep this person happy, you wanted to people please, and but like you'll know if you've been in a situation like that, like nothing you ever done was good enough, and far from it, like the person would accuse you of everything under the sun, and it was usually what they were doing. That's usually how it goes when you're with someone like that. But also I can think of like that can happen in friendships as well, where like you could forever like you tell yourself that, oh, you know, this time like surely they're going to realize that like I'm like the best friend ever because like I love them so much, and like you know I'm putting them before everyone else, and like you know I'm putting them even for my family in some cases, and like you know I would do anything for this person, you know, like you know I know they love me, and it's you make all these excuses. um and like in a lot of cases, not all cases, like you know, when you're trying to get that approval for something, you're never going to get it because you're actually more than likely you're probably trying to get that from somebody that is quite well, you're in wounded energy if you're doing that. And again, like, listen, I've been there too. That's the examples I'm giving, but also from people that I've helped. But you're in wounded energy, but you're trying to get that from another wounded person. And maybe they don't even know how to give you that love. You know what I mean? And so, like you said, more important when it's a romantic relationship, because you're going to keep chasing this elusive, like, oh, they're going to change one day and they're going to give me that love back. They're not, right? Um, and in friendships too, you know, it can go, the same can go, and actually families too, you know what I mean? You keep holding out for the day somebody's not going to treat you like crap, and like for some people it doesn't come, and that is why there needs to be endings. This message is brutal, but I know it's going to make sense to people. So where do you need to release things like that? The song Dangerous has just come on now, also by Roxette. Thank you, Roxette, for narrating the reading. But you know what I mean? Like, maybe you need to get out of a karmic relationship because it's dangerous. And again, the 12th house is hidden. And dangerous doesn't always need to be because somebody's like physically abusive. Emotional, spiritual, mental abuse is just as bad. So, and whatever financial abuse too. I've helped people with all these things, unfortunately. Very deep. So let's see. What that was the feminine, but remember that was also the masculine too. Where do you both need to release karmic relationships of any kind? Maybe you've already done it. What have we got for the masculine and the feminine's logical, analytical boundaries side? Renee, are you still with me? Clearing core wounds. Look at what I just said though about wounded self, soulmate, clearing core wounds. So again, how interesting that the feminine has releasing the past karmic relationship and the masculine's got soulmate, clearing core wounds. So I think and this is a rare case where when I gave that example of not all karmic partners need to be like the worst of the worst, this could be a case of, because you know, it gives the example of Barbie again. Like, they do end up making peace, you know, but it's after Ken has his say, like whatever he says, you know. Because there's that funny song in it as well. Like, I'm just Ken. Na, 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 anywhere else I'd be a 10. But you know what I mean? I get what they're saying though. It's kind of like, you know, you're never, if you are the masculine, male or female, it's like, I think you're chasing a dream. You're never actually going to be good enough for these karmic kind of energies. It's like it's basically quite narcissistic, not in all cases, but narcissistic energies where they're like, I'm the best thing ever since like, you know, I'm just going to pick up and put down my play toy whenever I want to. You know, this is like, that sounds like a girl saying about a guy, but this could equally be a girl saying about another girl, or a guy saying about a girl, because guys do that too. You know, but it's kind of like a lot of energies like that, they're just passing the time and using you and stuff like that. So again, quite horrible energy, but that's what I'm picking up. I feel like I want to go to that really brutal deck, but this feels like some of the masculine energies, male or female, you could be with a soulmate, and it's not as rough as that, but it's this kind of feeling. And I've helped people with this too, and it's kind of sad when that happens, because you could kind of be in denial even longer, because you're like, this person isn't doing anything like wrong, like they're not abusive or they're not, but like, I'm not fulfilled, I'm bored, I'm not happy. I know I could be happier elsewhere. And for some of you, you know where you could be happier because it's going to be your twin flame. But for some of you, you might not even know who your twin flame is. You're just like, I don't know where my person is. I just know that this ain't my person. So, you know what I mean? It's awkward. But yeah, clearing core wounds. But whatever that is, I feel you're learning your lessons you need to learn. So again, that was for the masculine. Yeah, look, beyond illusion, change your perception. Ah, but you see, and the song Dangerous is still on. That's my card about like Black Widow in some cases, the worst kind, because that kind of looks like a spider to me. But it's about the masculines are seeing through the illusion. So wherever the masculine was under an illusion of this is my person, or this is the person that makes sense logically and like analytical kind of way, this is who I'm meant to settle down with, this is who everyone wants me to be with. You know, we're like Barbie and Ken. Like, I'm just using that example because it came on. Beautiful life. This is where I'm going to have a beautiful life. Everything just makes sense. And then it's like, boom, the illusion is burst. Neptune goes into Aries, which has been there for a while. And the truth comes in and it bursts the bubble. And then Saturn comes in this Saturday and, brings even more truth, harsh truth. Yes, one with self blossoming. But I feel in amongst all of that, if you are the masculine energy, you're blossoming into your true self, and you're finding your voice, and you're being guided to express yourself. Notice how that's the card that came out for either tomorrow or Thursdays. Notice we've got not talking and speak your truth. And I know it's like when you're in that relationship with the wrong person, or many relationships, and it's a pattern, you're not talking, you're not expressing yourself because you're unsatisfied. And when you blossom into your true self, it's like I don't like what I'm hearing, but well, it's funny. It's like I'm hearing you're not going to be able to shut up with the right person, and you won't need to. With your twin flame with the right person, you're going to be blossoming, expressing yourself, and speaking your truth, because you're going to be the divine masculine, baby. You're going to be the king or the queen, whatever energy. But you're stepping into your true power. Wherever you've been, you've not been around the right people, whether it's romantic, friends, family. You've had to suppress yourself. You've had to, go into that energy of retreating. When you're with the right people, you'll come alive. It's kind of like I say as well. Like I'm very quiet around people I don't really trust, or I'll not really say too much. And when I'm around somebody I really trust, usually it's just like, what I prefer is one on one. I don't shut up, you know what I mean? Because it's like it's one of my favorite people. And again, I can though. I'm a good listener, obviously, because I'm a counselor, but it's like, and it's not just because I'm a counselor. Like I did get glowing feedback when I was doing all that. Again, we're not going down that story, but um, yeah, if somebody needs me to listen to them, I can. But it's kind of funny. The friends I tend to attract, is like I have got more, they're more of the listener and I'm the talker. But if you think of it, it's probably because in every other scenario, it's, you know what I mean, I'm having to listen to everybody's heavy stuff. So it makes sense to me that I've got like this little army of angels around me that listen to me. So again, I'm very blessed in that way. So twin flame, everything is possible. Look, yin yang, black swan event again though. That came out yesterday. I do feel there's going to be a black swan event soon though. I feel soon. But yeah, yin yang, everything's possible. So again, with everything that's come through here, again, Pisces energy, it's miraculous, it's miracles. I do feel this could all be a lot of shuffling about, a lot of confusion. But when somebody comes out the illusion, twin flame union, everything's possible. Don't know if that's in the shot. Again, it's just stressing when you are with your twin flame, you blossom. And it's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, da, 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 da. And I'm glad that you're the one that got away. It's a beautiful day. Michael Bublé. That did just remind me of that song. That's like a breakup, you know what I mean? And one that someone's happy about, so that must resonate too. So did we shuffle these yet? Oh yeah, we shuffled these at the. Oh look, what's on the bottom? You're mine. I get so pissed knowing other people can have you now. Is it toxic? Yeah, I don't care. I want the world to know you're mine. So that one came out in the one for tomorrow or Thursday, but it's kind of like, yeah, that's the energy coming through here. Like it's the one that's fitting with the ones at the start. Like it's like this person's transmuting the jealousy, the feeling lost, the feeling hurt, and even the anger. Like healthy anger to be like, fuck it, I'm going to fucking talk. You know what I mean? It's like, and sometimes that needs to happen that way. Obsessed, yeah. Look, the law of Scorpio energy. I think I'm obsessed with you. I think about you all the time. I stalk your socials, and I hope I run into you when I'm out. that's that's definitely fucking hell. Sorry, these measures are hilarious because that is 12th house stuff. 12th house is hidden, so it's kind of like, you know what I mean. It's hidden thoughts. Oh dear, unclear. I don't know how I feel about this connection anymore. Again, 12th house confused. I do feel there's going to be some scenarios whenever this manifests where someone's like, I'm confused. I need the answers, and I'm coming in. I'm sorry. I hate how much I've hurt you. I'm so sorry for all the pain I've caused. You didn't deserve any of it. That came out last night too. Right. Okay. This one's getting on a bit, so we'll just kind of bring it to. Again, this journey could have been a long time. This is getting on a bit, so we'll just come. I was going to say we'll bring it to a close. Oh yeah, and this fell on the. I've posted this, but this my earbud fell on the floor, and then I found this under the couch. And so There's a lot in this card, basically. It's a Leo. Wait a minute. It's not at all. Is this? I said that in the one earlier. That's not. Wait a minute. I just need to double check something. Don't know why I need to. I'm pretty sure I know that that is that. I kept saying Leo season. In the videos that you're going to see, I kept saying Leo symbol, but I've just realised, no, it's the North Node. That's even more significant. So, but there's no mistakes around here. Like when I said in the live yesterday, I kept saying Saturn 30 years. Saturn's 2.5 to 3 years. I don't know where I was getting that. But the thing is, Saturn is about commitment and it's the long term. So I do feel for a huge collective of people that are resonating with those messages. Things you're committing to now. It could be like things like like marriages that you're wanting the long haul. This ain't kind of like a wee flash in the pan like a couple of years or ones that don't even make it to that wedding. It's like this is like a marriage you want to last a long time. Or if you don't get married, just like you want to be in this union, you want to be with this person for the next 30 years plus, whatever age you are, however long you want to live. But yeah, but anyway, moving on. So I kept saying Leo season when I showed this card in another video, but it's the North Node symbol. So it's like this is your destiny, your future. Some of you are already on your North Node path. I've been in my North Node path since 2020 because that was when I put up my first soul retrieval shamanic journey, and that, you know, work wise, that got me on more of my actual true twin flame mission. Then I would say I upped it even more when I just came out of my twin flame closet and was like, look, I'm a fucking twin flame. I've got a twin flame, you know. It's like been helping twin flames the past fucking forever, longer than a lot of the other people on this platform. But okay, there's lots of amazing people, as well as lots of tricksters. But yeah, power. You know, the what really sticks out here is they're connected at the wrists and they're connected at the ankles. They're connected by the red string of fate. It's destiny. It's fated. There's a contract going up in flames. This could be people coming out of karmic contracts, whether it was marriages or long-term relationships, or the contract could be like legal houses and shit like that. Whatever else it could be. Yeah. And also what I always got with that card is that you can't see the man's face. So it almost even looks like he might be a bit emotional, like over her shoulder. So yeah. Right. I think because I said that, let's get a deck where let's get these ones. So let's kind of roughly go with the kind of done that. Right. You're very intimidating. So again, that fits with the card that said timid. Like this person is very intimidated by you. So they just want to kind of gear themselves up. I want to come back home to you. You're where I belong. There's another one that's like reminding me of a song. I don't want this to be over with us. If only I could turn back time. If only I could something. Now, what's important about that is this person does wish they could turn back time and realize who you were to them. And well, actually, it's more like how they were self-sabotaging. Both, whatever's going to be relevant. But also, that's from Sliding Doors. So, love how they've done that. My guides are clever. In Sliding Doors, if you've never seen it, brilliant film. The woman, but if you're the masculine, you are this character. She has a choice to stay with her cheating ex, and it is a brutal cheating sign. So again, someone's karmic partner, this came out last night, someone's karmic partner could have brutally cheated on them with an ex. Like she literally comes home and catches them, and it's quite graphic scene. And that is the timeline where she dumps him, right? Quite rightly so. And she meets this other amazing, lovely guy who we'll call the twin flame. But in the other timeline, she doesn't catch the scumbag. We'll call it again. I don't usually use that term, but that's what came. She doesn't catch him cheating. And yeah, and so it's just a really interesting. It's very old, but it's like it shows you the two choices, like that it's like the choices that you make have consequences, and so I feel that's going to be really relevant here too, where like someone has chose a path, and like because again, it's so easily done. That's why it's such a clever film. It shows you that if you do have the courage to let go of the past and the person that's manipulating you and being cruel to you and keep you dangling and hot and cold behavior or like again, and so this can all get very muddled up, I know, because you can have karmic cycles with your twin flame if you allow it, in a stronger way, where they won't treat you right either. But that's where you have to put the boundaries up. And again, Pisces is about no boundaries. So if you do have strong Pisces placements, or you basically, it's good to know where the Pisces is in your chart because it's where you will have your boundaries won't be as good. So you need to be aware of that and strengthen them. But yeah, it feels like for the most part, I'm channeling karmic partners where like they know they can click their fingers, whether it's a guy or a girl, they know they can click their fingers and get you back like that to just ruin the potential of you being truly happy and moving on. So you've got to be the one in control to recognize when someone is manipulating you. And again, some people can do it through very dark stuff like, sex magic and spells and all sorts. So you've got to be aware of this. You've got to be aware that not everybody approaching you in your dreams is your twin flame. These karmic partners can even cloak themselves in your twin flames, right? You know what I mean? They can siphon, we've not gone into that for a while, but they can siphon the twin flames energy through your sacral chakra. And keep cloaking themselves in the twin flames energy. But that's more complex, but that is a thing. What if you don't accept me for who I really am? So this person wants to show who they really are, but I'm so afraid of rejection. It's fitting with what's come true. I'm so sorry for lying to you. Rejection, fear, jealousy, lying. This is all stuff to do with 12th house. This is stuff that this person might not necessarily ever say this stuff, by the way, because it's like the subconscious. It's all the stuff, the fears, the hidden stuff that people don't say. But this is what's going on, lurking beneath the surface. Will you ever forgive me? This person's like, I don't know if this person's ever going to forgive me. Right, okay, so what does the feminine need for inner union? Hello, how are you doing, Bianna? Understanding. Happy couples understand each other. So this feminine, if you're the feminine, male or female, you need understanding. And you want to understand your masculine. And you want to be happy. And you want to be happy with them. You want to clear up misunderstandings. Right, what does the masculine need, male or female? And remember, that's the masculine's feminine side. Their feelings are receptive. They want understanding too. And they want to be happy with you, if this is for you. Masculine and feminine's masculine side. The past. Leave the past. This makes a lot of sense. And remember, again, love how they're working with me. Pisces energy is the pie. Time to go soon. Pisces energy is the past, right? So I feel this is past lives too, or things that have happened in the past. Might not been it might be the recent past too. Leave the past in the past. The masculine needs. Oh, can we send money for cards? Yes, if you see the pinned link there, Brianna, there is an option for the 30-minute reading, which is not the one that most people book, but 30-minute or the 15-minute is in that link. But also, if you just want a couple of cards or something, you can donate less than that and I'll pull you a couple of cards. So it's up to you. And I'll do it at the end of this. If you go for it, that goes for anyone, obviously. So yeah, this masculine for inner union, you need to leave the past in the past. Like, but it more feels like the masculine wants you as the feminine to leave the past in the past. But what I would say with that is you need to talk about it first. Like you need to talk about the past until you're both happy that you've cleared that energy and then you move the fuck on. But you do need to talk about it first. You don't want to repeat a toxic karmic cycle, a generational curse in some families of, oh, we'll just not talk about that. We'll just pretend it never happened and move forward. No, that's how you build resentment. You need to talk about it. So makes a lot of sense of what I picked up on. What's a combined energy? I just saw karmic when I was shuffling. Compromise. Compromise is not submission. I feel for both energies, all the energies that resonate with this, because it's pretty deep. A compromise is not like it feels like I want a tarot deck. It feels like there's been an element of like one-upmanship or like falling into a bit of like a toxic game, like Five of Swords, like who's going to cave first, and like that's immature and it's toxic. The song Ace of Base, the sign just came on. I saw the sign. You opened up eyes. Maybe this is your sign to be the more mature one. And again, I know if you're the feminine, you're like, I did do that. I'm not doing that again. And I hear you. And I don't think you should. That's not feeding your ego. That is actually having respect for yourself and also respect for others. Because, like I always say, you don't know, unless you do know what's going on in their life, most of you don't know. So you should look after yourself in that way. And you should, yeah, respect things. Um, they will come to you when they're ready. They will move through the fear and all that to get to you because they can do it. Because and the thing is, that's what we say. Like, if you're doing the work as a divine feminine, you're doing the work, so you should believe in them because you're doing the work. They'll do the work too. Um, if you don't believe in them, you're not really believing in that part of you. Something a lot of people don't want to face. But I know it can get rough out there, guys. Let's just see, why did I say that about the Five of Swords thing? So it's not the five. Oh, look, it's not the Five of Swords, but the Five of Wands, which is also about conflict and competition, though. And it's got a whole load of birds on it. One, two, three, four, five. See what I mean? Interesting card for me to pick up. Like this, it feels like that's energy I was picking up on. It feels like this is a masculine group of, like I said, the masculine can be females or males that might have put the divine feminine in competition with quite a lot of other people. Like I said, there's 5 women on that card, so never mind third party. It's like this person made you feel like you had to compete for their attention or for their love. And you might have done that for a while, and then a lot of feminines are like, ah, fuck this. I don't chase, I attract. And if you're not going to chase me and be attract, then like, you know what I mean? Then you're lost, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, go and attract all these other people, all these other people on the card. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're all compete. I'm sure they'll all compete for you. I'm not getting involved in that toxicity. You know what I mean? But this doing that just had this person up at night, sleepless, worried, stressed, upset, 9 of Swords. So for whoever that's resonating for, if this person put you in competition with others, they regret it. They're very deeply sad, even traumatized in some cases. And they're making plans to move towards you because they've had karma. They've went through judgment day. They're ready for union. They can't move on from you. You are their past love. Thank you for that, Brianna. Um, you may be their Queen of Wands, but there is third party influences. Again, I don't use these cards a lot, so when I do feel they mean something. So again, it's Gemini season, and that's got twins on it. I would even go as far as say like, look, that's like two, yeah, because they're like twins, and then that's like an older woman in the middle. Look, so that's very specific, but that is going to be specific for some. But again, it's the 3 cups. This can be celebrations. Right. Okay. So what else? And it came out again though. Yes, someone's been going through an ego death, clearing the energy of third parties that they're moving on from. They're in Wounded Warrior. Oh God, I need to put these cards down. Right, so sacrifice. True love is selfless. And again, that's what I can feel like. This person's like, I'm ready for true love. Whatever I've been in wasn't that. I don't want any more of that. Right, let's bring this to you so I can do Brianna's one. Holiday. Enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love life. So again, this person might want to take you away somewhere for the night or the weekend or longer. And again, I feel that so that you can clear the past energy to move forward. Put yourself first. Loving yourself makes you more romantically attractive. Again, if you're the feminine, focus on you because actions speak louder than words. That's interesting, all the stuff about communication. If you want to know what someone is feeling, watch what they're doing. And again, unfortunately, what I've just picked up on there is if other people are choosing, if your masculine is choosing other people, especially if it's many as many women that are on these cards, choose yourself. Do not chase somebody that is not choosing you. It doesn't mean you don't love them, because when it's your twin flame, you love them unconditionally, but you don't put up with bullshit. Okay? They will shape up and get smart and all these terms. They will cut that shit out when they're ready. And like I was saying, they've just got to hope that you forgive them. Right. Let's get a wee romantical one. What have we got? You are who you are because of your history. Oh, see, look, stuff about the past again. All of it has helped you grow in love and wisdom. Every experience has blessed you in some way. Embrace the past and forgive anything that needs forgiving. Very Pisces. Love is the expression of God, goddess flowing through you. Love is a so sacred union, a creative power which, through the merging of two souls, becomes an exploration of the divine. Wowzers, because I've had these cards for years and I hadn't used them for ages. Feels like over a year or something because they've been through there. And that is very, that they don't all say that's mentioned sacred union and the merging of two souls. So again, I feel this is big. Like last, this is big union energy keeps coming. Again, I know that's what I'm here to bring in, but it does feel very intense union energy that is coming through. Right. So I was just gonna read one of these journey. No, I'll do that then. I'll do Brianna's first. So I think we just want one more deck to see what's going to be. Duality. Wow. Gemini season is about duality, and it's the yin yang symbol again. In a world of duality sits truth, a place where love dances in unity with its own shadow. And I think, again, we knew it was going to, well, I knew anyway, because it always is. I knew it was going to go very shadowy because the 12th house is the hidden stuff and the secrets. So I trust that this will have brought out some of the stuff you're wondering about or some people's secrets because that's what it does. But this is really about the dance of the twin flame journey is dancing with your own shadow. So when you can actually just bring it all out into the open and see what the worst of the worst is, you'll probably find that it's not as bad as what you were actually thinking, or it matches what you were thinking or feeling. So it depends which way you look at it. Right, I think we'll end that there. So let's do Brianna's one. So, oh no, wait a minute, I didn't do the. Oh, Brianna, you got the big one. All right. Well, we're cooking with gas. Thank you for that. Right. So let's. Oh, and now Renee. I didn't see that. When did Renee? Renee, did you just do that right now, or did you do it right after? Um. Right. So. Um. Right, Renee. Can you wait 30 minutes, or do you want me to fit your few cards in, but before Brianna? I'm just before I wait to see what you're saying. Brianna, are you able to wait? Is it? We'll just see what Renee said because it's like yours is going to be 30 minutes at least, and Renee's is it'll be a few cards. So let's see. This is from the feminine to the masculine. I've always got your back, and I'm proud of you. Whenever your fear tells you I wouldn't want to hear from you, it's just that I always do. Very fitting with the message. I love and accept you just as you are. I'm here for you day and night, and one day you'll be right by my side. God, they all really fit in. I've never gave up hope you would remember us. That's nice, that combination. Wait a minute. These are all saying the same thing. Anytime you need me, I'm here. Stop overthinking. This is the Nine of Swords. Stop overthinking, get a good night's sleep, and know that I'm right by your side energetically. Yeah, I feel this masculine's went through a really rough time. That's fucking nuts. They're all different cards. They're all saying very similar stuff. And again, so that's what I'm getting at. If you don't get that, it's like when I shuffle my own cards, it is nuts how it's like any other cards. They always back up the energy that I've picked up on. So there is a strong feeling from the feminine being like, whatever it is you've went through, you can come and talk to me. Like, don't be afraid. But it's the masculine stuff that they need to work through. You might feel like that, but they might still be afraid. You have to respect that, and trust that they'll get there when they need to. Right. Okay. So, right, Renee, let's do yours first. I know you said you can wait, but let's just do yours first. Right. So, because again, I'll just be able to focus on that. Right. So thank you for that, both of you. So what does Renee need to know right now? Well, set a wee 5-minute timer for you there. Right. What does Renee need to know? Moving on. Step with courage into a new phase of life. Look back only to see how far you've come. So again, there is something that you're being guided to move on from. So this could be a mindset, a habit. It could be like people that you've given too many chances to. But there's something coming through here about that energy of moving on. So it's like what I said about Saturn in the last of Pisces. We are going to have a lot of karmic cycles closing out. And yeah, I know it feels like that's always forever fucking going on. But it really isn't, it's in a big, big way because Saturn is the strict headmaster. It is the tough lessons. And in Pisces, it's confusing, very confusing, tough lessons. Um, that I'm sure we can all resonate with in some level in whatever area of life. So that's really coming through. And we've got wise speak. There's something like Gemini season. Communication, whether written or spoken, hold frequencies that help shape your reality. So again, it does feel like, Renee, there's something about it feels like your internal dialogue. Like, so it feels like maybe looking at like catching the way that you speak to yourself. So this could be something as simple as oh god, I'm being stupid, or things like that, like I'm not gonna say everyone, but a lot of people do. It's catching yourself with that and basically trying not to do it, and it is possible. Like it can take a bit of training, but yeah, there's something you need to move on from. So again, you will, if you're not aware of that, maybe just sit with it and see what comes up. But there's something coming through, so I'll get another deck of cards. We'll get another message. What else? I wonder if the sunflower is going to come out. What have we got? What else does Renee need to know right now? So bear in mind, everyone, that although this was Renee's message, the same when I do Brianna's, this could fit for any of you out there. Yeah, of course I say I wonder if the sunflower is going to come out, and the sunflower fucking came out. And that's really nice because I've got my daisy top on too. So yeah, so it's what I always say, but it's like, this is that's really that's really special. So I don't know if Renee, you'll have heard me saying that, but Brianna is also one of the many sunflower people. So there's a few sunflower people. I'm actually one of them too. But it's yes, that's quite funny. Smile, sunflower. Simply smile and notice the profound and healing difference it makes. So again, Renee, it's what I always say to you, but it's why it comes out. It's because that is like you do bring that joy, that light, that energy to people when you're around them, and it's needed. And again, particularly when times are challenging, in the dark, you can be that upliftment. So lovely. It's so funny when I say that and then it comes out. They do it on purpose. But yeah, so I felt that like I said, there's something to do with like again, I think this is because this is what they wanted me to do last night, but there was literally hardly anyone talking. Like I think it was literally you at one point, Renee, and then Charlotte, wasn't it? So when the channel gets a bit busier and there's more, sometimes there is a random, more people, but when there's more people, I want to be doing more of like my clearance, like So I love the cards, but I want to be doing more of it because this is healing too when I'm channeling the message with the cards. But um I can feel it, without the card. Like I can feel that there's something there, like a subconscious block going on around like negative self-talk, and it's not helping you. So if you can't identify it with your conscious mind right now, maybe even just like I said, if it's something that's really bothering you and it's deep and it keeps coming at you, you'll know, and it could be something that I can help you one to one. But I would even just do an exercise where, like, for like 60 minutes, just write down all the stuff that comes into your mind that it could be, and see like what is the most pressing, and it'll probably be right, whatever comes out, if you just don't censor yourself. But it's what that resonates with what I was feeling, because we've got the emotional healing bleeding heart card. It's safe for you to let go of old emotional pain. By doing so, you allow your heart to mend. So, there's just something that you could already be aware of what this is, or it could be a combination of things, but it's like something that's like, it is something to do with like negative self talk. And like, it's like, clearing some kind of limit and belief that isn't serving you, um, to become the true you. Warata, show the world who you really are and what you were born to do. So it could even have, something, it could be even related to like, if you ever had like, like, people growing up, with people when you're growing up kind of being like, who do you think you are? You're being a bit of a big head, or like, who are you to do that? Like usually, I would say everyone again, but generally quite a lot of people, everyone somewhere, I would say, not everyone, but you've had it somewhere, whether it's family or friends or someone that's been kind of like that energy that could still kind of be around. And it's just like, so I'm even just, if you give me permission, which you've already given me by book, I'm just even just like, so if you feel, basically, if you feel like, tickling above your head or anything like that, I'm just, again, this is where, if you were actually in my living room, I would ask you if I was able to just put my hand on your head. I don't need to, like, but it's just, people like it, it's nice to sometimes get that physical contact, you know what I mean? Because as I'm saying that, like, I can feel like it's like that feeling I get. It's like a lump of bread stuck in my throat. And you got the why speak card. It has something to do with communication. It's like whether you're consciously aware of it or not, there's like a subconscious block of something like that. It might not be exactly the same, but you never know with me. Sometimes they do say this. It it's yeah, like I'm just realizing that, right. I felt, so it's like I actually, I can feel actually your, it feels like your dad like actually apologizing for any part that he might have played in that. Like, even if it was in jest, like, like, so again, it's whether it's him or anyone around you, it's kind of like clearing that energy of holding stuff that isn't helpful. Yeah. And it was like as soon as I sort of said that, I felt that feeling go away. It's just something, wow. Oh my God. I'd see I hadn't been, that's why I don't read the chat. I just put up a new short that I love. Oh, wow. All right. Okay. I'll look after. My jaw is trembling. Dang. And then you said that. Wow. So, right. Just keep telling me what's happening then. It's that was some kind of, that was some kind of block. Yeah. It's lifting it. It was like I said, that's just always my sign. I just describe it like a bit of bread in the throat. But when I've worked with people in personal sessions, it usually is something like that, like some kind of like past trauma or something, that's just holding you back, like some kind of unhelpful comment or whatever memory, and it feels like it's shifted. So I'll just wait to see. Well, it's funny now that you've said it. I can feel like, I mean, oh, don't fucking give me that back again. But it's like I can feel a slight. It's not painful, but I can feel a slight sort of dull ache. Um, so yeah, if you're wondering why Renee's sick, because Renee's saying, how does your lower back feel? When Renee hadn't long joined the channel, before we'd never had a private session before, but the whole time I was on the Zoom with Renee, I was in agony. And I was like, the thing is, although I'm really blunt and I swear in that all the time, I was like, I am actually very polite. And because it was the first time I'd met Renee, like I was feeling it was to do with her, but I wasn't saying it. So luckily, like Renee, I would have said eventually, but I did for quite a while. Renee like saw me keep going like this, and she was like, said, and then basically we located it and we're able to shift it, and your back did get better. But has your back been hurting again? Because again, that could be that energy moving, wanting to escape. But I'll put my, oh no, don't be sorry about it. I'll put but because you said that, I'll put my hands on my lower back right now to just be open to feeling that healing going to your back. We're just saying a wee prayer as well to lift whatever heaviness that's, because again, I truly do believe, I mean, it is just a fact that when we have pain in the body, it is stuck emotional, mental, spiritual pain trying to release somewhere. So, and again, it just fits with what I was picking up on with all that combination. So this is what I mean, though. See what I mean? They showed me I was going to be doing this, and I just thought it was last night, but it's ended up being. It doesn't really matter because really I can do this whenever I come on, if I've got the energy to, if they want me to. So right, if you just tell me what's going on, and I'll just make sure I'm leaving you in a bit better fettle. And the weird thing is, right, if anyone's new or you forgot this or you never sort of saw me when I'm doing stuff like this, the weird thing is some people have actually said that they felt the healing going to them when I was doing that to someone specifically. So yeah, if you can just let me know, Renee, how are you feeling now? Just want to make sure. By the way, can I just say as well, relax, right? We can move on to Brianna then. Can I just say that your jaw trembling, that is actually a brilliant thing. So I just want to make sure that you're not freaked out. Do you know what that's about? That was the trauma being released from your jaw. You know what I mean? Like, so for instance, like in personal sessions, I do things like, tapping and stuff like that too on the different points. Like, it's just that because I've got loads of different ways that I can help people release trauma. Um, and you've just saw one of them, this magical god. Remember, I did say that. I did say I was in my goddess Isis energy. So that's an example of it. Because when I'm in that energy, it's that's the kind of, because again, like this is what I do in private sessions all the time, but they just, it's not going to be. It's I don't know. It depends which way you see it, right? As long as I'm helping one person, it's all good. But it'd be a lot better to be helping a lot more people than one person. But um, the energy will flow better when there's way more people on the chat. Like it's just it gives it more energy, and then I'll pick out whoever. Yeah. Anyway, we'll there's time. But yeah, I'm glad it literally relaxed and it literally eased up. Amazing. So again, just be really, really kind to yourself though, because like I said, when I was feeling like I said, it was in my throat, and it does, like I said, it's for but it does feel like it was some kind of, related to something from the past. I did feel your dad's energy around me, just apologizing for wherever he might have said something that wasn't helpful or anything like that. Um, and I mean, it could just be that he was coming in to help too, but okay, I'll know you'll be able to connect it all. And yeah, so I would have guessed to speak something, but I like the release much better. Since our session is and continue to progress in my healing. Yeah, amazing. Right, thank you for saying that. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you for saying that. It's amazing though, isn't it? Like it never fails to amaze me. So like I said, the release can come with like, your art, like, legs. There's ones to do, like I like to do movements for myself where it's like if your legs are really shaking. Like there's one if you kind of move your legs. I'm not going to show you, but it's like, bring your legs open and then bring your knees slowly together. And if your legs really tremble, like, I mean, that's good because you're like you're releasing it, but it could freak you out a little bit. But yeah, anyway, so the long time friend that liked to use all my money tried to reach back out 2 days ago, Quinton. I think not. Right, yeah, that makes perfect sense because that was the message at the start. That is what I was feeling that was about. Like I know I didn't say it, but I knew I was thinking in my head, like I wonder if that's that woman again. Because it's like past trauma, you know what I mean? Especially because of what you're saying, someone taking advantage of you, right? So wow. Well, take all that love and healing, and I'm glad we were able to help you with we see what I mean. It's the guides. I always end up saying that because they're not joking. I know it's a bit creepy, but so let's just pull you a word, and I will actually just light the sage, and then Brianna, I hope you're ready because it's a 30-minute reading, but it's an energy healing too. So some of this stuff might come up for you too. There's no coincidences. You booked it for a reason. So we've got faith. Oh, look at that. Faith and joy. So that's the energy that you'll find yourself more in from releasing that, having more faith and more joy. And we can always do with more joy. And isn't that interesting? Because that was the wee healing that I done last night. If you haven't seen that on the mediumship at the end of mediumship Monday, because I'm going to do it for myself. Every time I come off here, I'm going to watch it because it was only 10 minutes, and it was like a wee inner child healing for the solar plexus. But although it wasn't very long, it was powerful when I was doing it. I felt it. So, right, okay. Now we'll burn the sage, and then so yeah, I like this because, like I said, it's like yeah, I love the cards and everything, but I'm a healer amongst anything else. So it would be nice to be doing, these clearings like that. Maybe maybe that's what I'm going to be doing though. Maybe that's what I'm going to be doing all the Gemini season. Because I'll just ask now before I go to Brianna. Like I do this every year, and I haven't got back around to doing the it's like psychic school. Activate, awaken, and amplify your clairs, right? Your clairvoyance, your clairsentience. Yeah, buckle up, buttercup, indeed. Um, and whenever I tried to do it before, it just wasn't the right time. Like I said, it wasn't the right 2022. I wasn't feeling like it. 2023, I wasn't feeling like it. Last year, last year I think I did offer it and nobody went for it. So I'm just trying to feel into it because if I don't do it kind of like now in Gemini season, I'm I am not probably I couldn't see me wanting to do it in Cancer season and then Leo season there's a maybe Leo season because that Leo season is my favorite. But there's a chance I might actually be wanting to just kind of have a bit of a break in Leo season. Because, like I said, I love the festival and stuff. And although I haven't typically the last couple of years done a lot in it, or when I tried to, it was a fucking miserable fail. I'm going to try again this year. um, so yeah, just let me know if there's a need for it. Like if people want, because basically what I'll do is I'll run it like say like I don't know if it'll be a Thursday or a Wednesday or whatever, but it'll probably be like a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I'm not going to do it on a Monday, and I wouldn't want to do it on a Friday. So it'll be one of these days, and I'll do it like one day a week for a month, and it will, and I'll help people with their different clairs. So maybe I'll just put a wee vote in the community tab. Right. So sending that healing and prayers where it needs to go for you, Renee, to continue to heal your back and wherever else the healing needs to go to. Right. So, and now, oh God, That felt like it nearly sparked up in my eye. Right, so, right, calling on Brianna's guides, angels, ancestors, loved ones, and spirit. And Brianna's permission, but we've got that from booking it. Right, so let's see where we're going to go. What will we go with? I feel like I want to start with one of these. Right. Let's use this to identify any kind of block or something that you might need shifting, because we've all got a block somewhere, kind of thing. So remember, I just want to stress to everyone this, both what I've done for Renee and what I'm going to do for Brianna, just pay attention whether you're male or female, particularly if you are the divine masculine, or divine feminines too, but like pay attention, let's see what comes up. What does Brianna to clear in or need to know right now? And if anyone else wants this after, book it now, because I'll, I'll be doing one more collective card and then I'll be going. I'm not tired though, so I could do someone else if you want to. Nature's allies, nourish with flower, herb, and mineral helpers. Oh, so there could be something here about healing in nature. So that's quite funny. Look, like none of these, I've not noticed this on any other cards. They look like wee sunflowers. Look, see what I mean? I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but can you see there's like three wee tiny sunflower looking things? It's 11:11. Divine timing. Oh, for fuck's sake, I've done it again. Like, I need to hold that up. Like, you see, one peeked in and then it went away again. Honestly, this does my nut in how it's like. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Can you kind of see? Yeah, three wee sunflowers. Right. What else? Intention is prayer. And I was just talking about prayer, but I'm always talking about prayer. Create your reality with awareness in each moment. 55, big changes. Occupy your being, reside fully in your skin, merge soul with every cell. So, what I'm getting from all of this combination is there's a need for grounding, because we've got the one about flowers and herbs and mineral helpers. We've got something about being in the present moment. And this is talking about merging with your soul and being fully in your skin. So I feel there's something really strongly coming through about the need for grounding. So we're bringing in the need for grounding. Where's that wee book? And I did just want to see what, let's see, what have we got? Number 6. Right. Nourish with flower, herb, and mineral helpers. This card inspires you to explore boosting your health and vitality with herbs, minerals, teas, or tinctures. Bring awareness to anywhere your body might be lacking in nutrients. Perhaps you're not getting all the nutrients you need from your food. Consider including supplements in your routine for optimum well-being. The mineral plant kingdoms offer a wealth of incredible healing properties, which are often untapped resource. At the same time, discernment is also important, as it's easy to get seduced by the health food store. Speak to a professional or do your research and find good quality, ethically sourced supplements whenever possible. Also, importantly, trust your body. Muscle testing can be informative and helpful in listening to your body's needs. Having a blood analysis with a naturopath will be a good idea. That's quite interesting. So maybe you're needing to like test. I don't know if you've ever, have you had that recently where you get the different tests, like testing different hormones and stuff? Because I had to do that recently, and I have to go back and get something checked. Um, so yeah, take a moment to consider your gratitude for the plant and mineral kingdoms. How lifelong, how life force from the sun gets assimilated through them, an integral role they play on the planet. Although it may be subtle, each flower, each mushroom, each mineral that is part of the natural kingdom carries its own potent magic. Many of our conventional medicines have originated from or been inspired by components found in nature. The planet holds a diverse range of healing plants and microorganisms, many of which are yet to be discovered. Consider your gratitude for nature's pharmacy. I like that. Since the dawn of time, nature's incredible allies have helped living beings heal and optimize their health. But really, when you kind of break that down, this could even be talking about like different types of, are there any different types of tea that you like? I mean, do you like herbal tea at all? Because to be honest, yeah, up until very recently, well, probably the past year or so, actually, I wasn't a fan. I just find it boring as fuck. But like, I've kind of like managed to like make peace with the side of me that finds it boring. Like to be like, it's healthy. You know what I mean? And it's because I stopped drinking coffee, so I had to find alternatives. I always did have herbal teas and that kicking about, but they wouldn't be my first choice. They still wouldn't, to be honest. But like I've found like nice, like there's like raspberry leaf tea. And I've got like dandelion tea and stuff like that. That doesn't taste nice, so that just tastes like broccoli water or something. But like the raspberry leaf tea is quite. It doesn't really have much of a taste, but like I like them because they don't, they're like caffeine free and stuff. So, but yeah, it can be something as simple as that, or like essential oils or something. Right. So I'll tie this all together though. Generally, me, it's something about needing grounding. So let's see. So the second one is I'm wanting to burp, clearing energy. Intention is prayer. Create your reality with awareness in each moment. This card encourages awareness around what you're putting out into the world through your words, actions. Girls, keep alert for the mic, Diane. I'll swap the. Oh, the song that's just come on is Do You Believe in Love After Life? Or Love After Love, whatever it is. I can feel so good inside myself. I really don't think it's strong enough. My dad was telling a story not that long ago because when I lived in, oh my God, a very long time ago, when I lived in one of my houses with my mum and dad, and well, the family home, the neighbour kept playing that song over and over and over and over again, and it was driving me nuts. And I think my dad actually, now I totally forgot this, but he put a notice on the door saying, I think he said like share sucks or something, or share shit or something. Don't quote me on that, but it was something like that. I don't know, but it was honestly, it was driving me insane because she had it on repeat like for hours. I was like banging my head against the couch, like just no, stop it. But maybe there's something about believing. This card encourages awareness around what you're putting out into the world through your words, actions, and behaviors. It asks if they are really in alignment with the ideal reality you would like to be experiencing. Consider the power of intention and be reminded that you can use it every day and every moment. That house holds a lot of good memories for me because my twin flame was in it many times. So, what if you could choose any reality simply by stating it through the components of your thoughts, your words, your behaviors, which make up the fractal it is built upon? What if these pieces all contribute to the life you're creating? This card asks you to cultivate awareness of the subtle components that make up the wider picture of your reality. Also, keep in mind your words are, oh, look what I say all the time. Keep in mind words are spells, especially keep that in mind in Gemini season, right? Because Gemini is communication, is siblings, is neighbors, it's all lovely social butterfly kind of energy. Actually, our Brianna is a Gemini. And the shadow side of it, though, is gossip. And it's like, and it's using your words to create confusion and spells and stuff. So, again, it's just basically about words. So, be careful you use your words, everyone. If you keep saying things you either don't mean or don't follow through with, you weaken your word. Look how this, sorry, I'm going to read this in a minute, but look how that ties back to what I said to Renee. There's something that I can feel a negative mindset or negative chatter that you need to clear, which I feel is cleared. I mean, well, I feel the bulk of it is cleared, but you can tell me in private. Empower your verbal reality so you can be really clear in expressing what you want. What do you want? That's like in the notebook. What do you want? What? It's not that simple. It's not that. What do you want? You know how they take the piss, like they've used it for like, when you ask your girlfriend what they want from the takeaway. It's not that simple. What do you want? Brianna loves the notebook too. That'll be why it's coming in. Perhaps the question is to ask yourself, what do I want? Going with the flow is one thing, but check you are not simply bouncing from one circumstance to another in a way that feels exhausting. If you're happy and you're flowing with life's abundant opportunities, that's great. But if you're often overwhelmed or stressed, are there boundaries that need to be addressed? Check if there's a deeper layer of fear around creating more spaciousness so you can reclaim the wheel of your life from whatever endeavour is running you, like your subconscious kind of running script. When we make choices from love, we have a very different experience from when we make choices from fear. And this is all very 12th house stuff. So this is very relevant with this being the 12th house. Often we may not realise that our life is being directed by subconscious fear. Of course, I just said that. If the captain of the ship is being guided by our fears, we will simply be given more opportunities to bring them into alignment in the vibration of love. The power of prayer. This card is also an invitation to pray more. Now, I know that you are a fan of that too, aren't you? Talk to your guides. They cannot help you unless you ask. Explore what praying looks like to you. Find your own way. In essence, prayer is quieting your mind and creating specialness around the moment. This might take the form of lighting a candle or incense or giving an offering of flowers or fruits. There's something a big about flowers because when I looked at the word flow, I thought it said flower for some reason. So you can keep it simple as you feel to, or you can explore the many traditional archetypal energies through deities, angels, fairies, or any magical allies you feel an affinity with. This card inspires you to put intention into everything you do. And that's the lovely little card there because the light code activations are in the card. I've also got a 6 and a 7 here. So the 6th and the 7th of June could be significant because that's the next one. And there's not a 55 of the month, so we'll not get ridiculous about it, but that is big changes. Right, so lastly, let's just read 7 and then I'll see what you're saying. In fact, no, I'll see what you're saying, then I'll read that. Yes, broccoli water, yeah, it is minging. It's horrible. But these things are good for you. So it's like celery juice. That is amazing for you, but it's disgusting. It's so disgusting. I've not got around to having it yet. I really shouldn't say this, but my mum doesn't watch these. I buy it and then I don't use it and I have to chuck it out. I'm like, oh, that's such a waste. It's not as if it's loads of money, but it's still a waste. I just had blood work. Oh, there you go. See, that must have been what I was feeling. So I just had blood work done recently. I probably need some more nutritious foods and drinks added to my daily routine. Yes, we all do, don't we? I love grounding and being outdoors by the water as much as I can. Speaking of blood work, that evil woman made me start a period after going 3 months thinking I was done. What? So you, right, Renee, this was lost in translation. You weren't wanting the period back. How interesting, because I help a combination of women that they pray for their period to come back when it disappears. Because again, that can happen through stress and just through getting older. But you weren't wanting it. But that's quite interesting too, because this is very Scorpio, but that's a release too. You know what I mean? I know it's pointing out the obvious, but your body chose to release the trauma in that way. Because that's why, you know what I mean? Like, I personally, it is very stressful, especially when you're still quite young. It is stressful when you don't get a period. But the reason you don't get it is because you're stressed, you know what I mean? Unless for other obvious reasons. But with me, I can assure you it's not that. Yeah. It's so you just gotta chill out, you know what I mean? But anyway. Right, so occupy your being. Reside fully in your skin, merge soul with every cell. This card's asking you to consider how present you are in your body. This is not something we're generally taught to do, but cultivating awareness of when we're not in our bodies means we can find grounding and centering processes to bring ourselves back. Why is it important to be in your body? We know that experiencing the now moment greatly affects our level of happiness. It also is true that when we're preoccupied with the past or the future, we don't have all our faculties to deal with the situation at hand and we disempower ourselves. There's also another layer to this. Whenever we leave our body, so this is the stuff that I'm actually creating the 3rd level to be all about. This is quite interesting. like of the membership, whenever we leave our body, whether due to trauma, disassociation from less than ideal situations, overwhelm, or dislike of our physical form, we can go into operating on automatic, that is, without the conscious presence of our soul. In this state, other energies can take residence, and this is where sickness starts to manifest. Various sacred traditions around the world are aware of this and work with the concept of soul recapitulation, the practice of calling fragments of the soul back home, basically soul retrieval. So that's obviously what I'm in the business of helping people with. If you're aware of that, you may be leaving your body. That's what I said. You may be leaving your body. Consider how you might clear any residual trauma that triggers this impulse. The first step is noticing when you're in your body and when you're not. From here, you can help call upon the tools to help highlight the areas for awareness or healing. Right, so let's see. Is this a wee exercise? Yeah, it's not that long. So take a moment. So, right, so Brianna, you do this, but everyone else do it too if you feel guided to. I think that's that song. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. I don't know if it is that song, but I think it is. It's Cher, and I had to do the swing. But yeah, that's very Pisces energy that we're in right now. But also that's quite interesting because love, really unconditional love, which is Pisces, really is building a bridge for me to be able to heal you right now. You know what I mean? So see what they done there. And also Pisces is 12th house is trauma and stuff like that too. So take a moment to feel grateful for every aspect of your incredible body, every cell, every organ, your blood, and all the systems that function seamlessly to drive the miracle that you are. You're also invited to think about all the things you love about your body and why. Think of the time when your body was given the opportunity to heal and how you felt when it was fully functioning again. Recall challenges you have had to overcome in your life that have made you stronger. Consider your personality, your style. Curiously, witness yourself in the fullness of all that you are, with your quirks, your gifts, your life experiences, and the abilities you have honed. If you find it hard to feel gratitude for yourself, perhaps you've taken on a coating of low self worth. Break your concept of physical self down into all of its miraculous and amazing parts. Wow, that's really deep, but I know that that will definitely resonate with a lot of people watching too. Right, so let's get some of these cards. Again, if the sunflower comes out again, I'm going to laugh. So that all makes sense to me. Yeah, no, Renee, I keep telling you this. You're far from done. That's the bad news. But the good news is you're on the journey of it. So keep going, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's trauma release is not like a one and done thing. It's there's bits of it. Because the thing is, if you it's like what we say about like, you know this because you've had that session with me, but when I do the Zooms with people, I sit with people 4 hours, but like as the sessions go on, like the first session is always the longest one, and then I will more stick to the time that it's meant to be because you can't heal it all in a one hour. You know, it's too overwhelming. Like, and it's kind of like your body knows how much it's able to release at a time. So, like tonight, clearly, surprisingly, that's very Uranus conjunct the Sun. You fuck's sake, yeah, exactly. I hear you. You were ready to release that, you know? So be grateful for that and just witness whenever stuff comes up. Um, but yeah, that's so funny, fuck's sake. Who was it that said recently that I'm like like people hear me saying that and I'm like a running script, fuck's sake. Definitely took a second to be grateful. Good. Oh, look, wow, look, past life healing, past life daughter. I've got a lot of past life children on here. So, forget me not. This situation has been triggered by one of your past lives. Heal the past and you bring healing into the present. Oh, hello, Karen. Are you brand new? My ex texts me that he feels kind of lost. Were you here earlier? Because that was exactly what came out in the reading. Literally, the first card was "I feel so lost." I know. There's just so much yet. The thing is, Bruni, that just keep being present in your body and don't disassociate and run away, and you'll be able to release it. I know it'll make it sound easier said than done, but you're doing great. So, right. No, I just arrived. Oh, that's very interesting. I think you might want to watch the replay. Have you just found the channel, or were you subscribed? Like literally, that was the first card. Oh, right. I suppose you saw it from the title. This person feels lost. All right. Sorry to hear that. Did you reply? Is it a situation where you would reply, or it isn't always. Um, Praying for him because that's not a nice feeling. Well, again, this is not. People do get very upset in a Pisces moon. What else for Brianna? Financial healing, yellow lily. Your money struggles are a thing of the past. Be open to all avenues to receiving, and you'll be provided for in every way. So either that. Oh, you just found it interesting. Now, either the words apply exactly as it is, or just be open to even more abundance. Past life healing because of clearing whatever past life blocks. Yeah. So there is, again, I feel like whatever this is that's coming through this energy, it's just about like I said, I'm pulling the cards, but it's a chakra clearing as well. Because we've got the lotus here, which we know the lotus is about, going up through all the sludge and the mud, and like alchemy is about being like alchemizing the pain. By clearing your chakras, you open yourself up to profound wisdom. So it feels like, it just feels like there was a bit of grounding and energy that needed to be slowed down in you, if that makes sense. It feels like I'm maybe sort of picking up on the Virgo moon energy. The Virgo moon typically wants to stay busy and healing and being a helper, and so it's like, but it's a reminder to slow down and heal, like pay attention to the signs, because I just picked that up by accident. There are no accidents. Like, pay attention to the signs and heal, you know, heal your own body and, your own mind and soul, and slow down and give that back to you. But just in case this resonates too, I'm reminded of you constantly. I've been seeing so many signs and synchronicities that reminds me of you. It made me feel certain that you are the one for me and we have a brighter future. I just have to figure out how to follow them. I'm gaining the strength and courage for that. So, what else wants to come through here? He's a Virgo. Of course he is. When I just said that, that's funny. But you see, that's because, oh wow, emergency trauma care just flashed up on the telly when I've been saying all of that. So again, we're praying for your ex, because maybe he really is in a rough place. Like, what else did he say? Did you reply? I mean, you don't need to tell us all this, but I mean, you did tell us, so now we're invested. Yeah, let me think about this. That means the moon is opposite his sun right now, depending on what degree it is. But you know what I mean? Because Virgo is the opposite sign of Pisces, and we're in Pisces moon. So, and also the south node, depending on, I mean, this is a stab in the dark because we don't know this guy's chart, but the south node could be like, might be close to his sun or something as well. That's the past. I'm just noticing with you saying hi right as I'm pulling all these past life cards for Brianna. Two of every. Oh yeah, look, this is right. So this is what I just said, and it's just because it's just your guide speaking through me. A combination of my guides, your guides, and God. You know how this works. I just said it's about you finding the balance of like being the healer and the helper and helping others, and the busyness of the Virgo moon, and also the Gemini sun. But I always, like I've always said to you, I always feel your Virgo moon stronger and your Sag rising. That's with most people. It's rare that I actually feel. This is a weird thing about me, right? I actually feel people's energy more mostly through their moon and their rising. Sometimes I even actually totally forget what somebody's sun is. It's so weird. I usually probably wouldn't forget what your sun is, to be honest, but I have to think for a minute. You know what I mean? Just a weird thing. But yeah, like so like I said, finding the balance, and I've pulled the two of earth, which is about that. balance, prioritization, and playfulness. So again, it's just about you finding the balance. And again, I really do feel there's something about that healing and the grounding that's coming in. It feels like it is for your inner child. So just look out for like, again, I don't know, like you were there last night, weren't you? So again, you know, like if you didn't have time to take in that meditation at the end, or if you did, you might want to watch it again or something. Oh my god, there's that really hot guy. Did you ever watch Mermaids when you were younger? He's got the colorings of my twin flame, but it's like, you know, it's I can't remember what the actor's name is. He's not actually in a lot of films, but he's pretty good looking. It's like, but yeah, if you've seen Mermaids, you'll know what I mean. But I remember watching it when I was wee. But it's, if you wanna know if he loved you so, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. Oh yeah. Do 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 do. He's also in I always get the names of the films mixed up. It's not Pretty in Pink. It's is it called Sweet 16? Or is it no, it's 16 Candles. That's what it's called. So there might be something here about Brianna, either healing an age that's coming up around, I don't know, 4, 5, 6. What age would you say that she was? Maybe 5 or 6. But also there could be something about your 16-year-old self coming in, because that's called 16 Candles. So interesting. But there's something about balance and finding your balance in your life of you know, giving to others and, you know, giving back to yourself. Renewal, yeah, and like it's a bit of a judgment day energy. Reflection, self-evaluation, rebirth. And again, I feel they're just sort of saying, like, you know, slow down. I don't know, you know, if you've maybe slacked on the time in nature or something, or you need to up your game. But there's something about, because I know that you like doing stuff like that. Like I remember you used to send like me videos of like going by the lake or whatever. I feel like there's a part of your inner child or this teenage self that really wants to go and sit, you know, somewhere in nature and just like ground and regroup. And yeah. Now what's this about? We've got the Ryan Gosling card. This one hasn't come out for a while. That was what I said to Jessie once, because look, it doesn't really, well, no, it does. It does look, it's not as good looking, but it does look like Ryan Gosling hiding behind a rose. It's not a rose either, but romantic, emotional, and dramatic, Knight of Water. So I don't know if there is a male on the scene that might be fitting this. But even if you don't know of who this is, Pisces is about the hidden. So I would say that there is a secret admirer lurking in the flowers. Look, the flowers again. Look, that's a bit creepy. There's someone hiding in a bush. Yeah, just be mindful when you're sitting in nature grounding. Just maybe take note of your surroundings, you know, because you've got a stalker in the bushes. And you're like, fuck this, I'm moving on from that. You got the fuck this card. I am not hanging around for this. But yeah, to be serious, searching, empowerment, fulfillment. This card is about I'm moving on. There's nothing left for me here. I need more. I need more fulfillment. I need something more in my life than this. And I feel like it's quite, it's interesting what they're saying to me. I feel by you choosing yourself in every moment, and not in a selfish way, but by you choosing to prioritize your self-care and self-love, that is what pulls in somebody that's admiring like you. It's like that. What it is it's like it's so again, this is interesting because although you're a woman, this is for the men masculines too. I can tell it's about I attract, I don't chase. And they're saying something about either you're in that already or you need to get in that energy of I'm walking away from anything in romance that doesn't serve me. If somebody doesn't treat me right, I'm moving on. If I'm not happy, if this isn't it, like I'm moving on. And it's like it attracts in like somebody that will treat you right. Remember to I cannot look at this as I was saying that. Remember to practice self-love. And look, this is interesting too because it looks like she's a teenager, and I was just saying your teenage self. and she's sitting meditating. So it's something else about grounding. So again, this is a really interesting message, but it feels like there's something really coming through here about I would really sit quietly, either do one of my journeys, or if it's something deeper that you feel you need support with, it might be something that we do in a session. But just really, you just need to get quiet, and whether it's in nature, and sit and get in touch with that teenage part of you, because I can feel so strongly there is a teenage part of you, whether it's 16 or another age, that is like really, it's like needing to come back. So it's a bit that you've maybe shut yourself off from soul loss. We all do this regardless of our ages, and it's just wanting to be sort of invited back. Well, it's quite deep, but something like that. Right, that makes sense for sure. I totally feel more like my moon and my rising sign. Yeah, you just do to me too. Um, right, there probably is a secret admirer. I'm told every guy to work on themselves and come back when they're ready. Yeah, it's just like still waiting. Do you know what I mean? I've taught you well. Oh, that's hilarious. Right, right. Let's see what we're going to finish this off with. Oh God. Do you know what it reminds you of? It reminds me of that thing that I've quoted before, right? That only it's basically something about like boys that pick up the rotten fruit off the ground, right? Of the tree. Say it's an apple tree or something. And only the ones worthy of being with you will actually put in the effort to climb to the top of the tree where you are, the fresh, juicy apple. Like, so basically, the ones that are worthy of you will put in the effort to climb the fucking tree. You know what I mean? And then you can climb them like a tree. See what I've done there? That was hilarious. Jesse, are you lurking on this? Because that was that banter from ages ago. But you know what I mean? It's like, we're not here for the people that put in minimal effort and they could be picking up any old kind of low hanging fruit, or never mind low hanging fruit, just the fruit that is fucking hanging around on the ground that everybody can pick up. You know what I mean? That's the equivalent of like, oh fucking everybody's had a go with that apple on the ground. You know what I mean? Like that's no hard. That's no like you've no won the prize there. Do you know what I mean? You're picking up the apples on the ground. It's like high high value woman. That's what we want to aim to be. Now I've got to be careful when I'm moving around here because this top is creeping right up my back, and I may or may not have a lot on the bottom half. It was very hot here today, and it's now 13 degrees. So there's a bit of a breeze coming in the window. But I have got a blanket on, so it's fine. But I would just, if it suddenly disappears, it's like, oh, right. So that makes sense with the teenage self. That's when I felt at a loss. I'm kind of the same space again, but different mindset. When I was a teen, I didn't feel like anyone liked me. Oh my God, Brianna, what? That's crazy. Um, yeah, I mean, do you know what I mean? What's not to like? And like I've told you before, when people aren't like liking you, there's an element of probable gel energy. Um, but that, and I know you're not a stranger to getting deep. You don't mind sharing. That's what I love about you and other people that do that. But remember that first card did mention like something about low self worth, and I do know that like this is remember this is 12th house Pisces energy. This is hidden stuff, hidden fears, stuff that we don't really say to anyone, or we say to our friendly shaman, mentor, whatever word you want to use for me people on the internet. It's and you can tell me in private too. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, it's good when people don't mind sort of going back and forwards in here. Um, that is something that the masculine in particular struggles with is low self worth. And you know what I mean? We know this, whether you're male or female. So it doesn't mean you're always going to struggle with that. But that's why I'm here to say that to people. There are things to help people with that. Find a good counselor because they are out there. I'm one of them. But some people prefer counselling in person. Find a good counselor, therapist, healer. Hypnotherapy helps too. but it's just like I just said to Renee, it's never stopped. You've just got to, when you witness a part of your lost soul fragment coming back, whatever age, because some people could be younger adults here, just like rather than kind of pushing the memory away, like just sort of, it's exactly what I done last night. Look, it's 11:44. Like sit with that part and ask what it is it needs. And sometimes it could be simple as like, I like to do this. You don't do that anymore. Um, like I wonder if it's something to do with drawing with you. You know what I mean? Like have you been like doing stuff to do your doodling and drawing and stuff, like creativity? Just as an example, it just sort of popped into my head, so I said it. Or I felt like something was wrong with me. Turns out I was the girl that nobody thought they could have. Yeah, again, this is, it's not why you're my past life daughter, but again, we've had this conversation before. I mean, like, let me just sort of read that. That I really resonate with everything you just said, because it's like it wasn't exactly the same. Well, no, it actually kind of was, because it's like I didn't really talk. The first 2 years of school, I didn't talk. Fucking hated it. High school. Now I know that is part of all my different superpowers, difficulties. Um, and it was the exact same thing. Like I'm thinking, God, I'm fucking weird. Like I'm like a mute. I can't even talk to anyone. I can't even look guys in the eyes. I could barely even look the girls in the eyes. You know what I mean? I just couldn't really talk to anyone. And I hated it. And I like then, you know what I mean? Then my friends were hearing people in the break times and that, saying that like I was the tidiest in the year. I was like, she's tidy, but she doesn't talk. So we're moving on to the next. Do you know what I mean? Second best. It's again, it's quite funny too because Pisces is silence. But do you know what I mean? Although I'm laughing, it is kind of sad when I think about it because it's like observing yourself being somebody that you don't feel you are. Like I don't have a lot of regrets, but sometimes like like I think I need to go back to that past self and be like not take something so literally. Like I just didn't socialize very much. And then if you don't, basically, I've said this before, but so I'm going to trust that you might resonate with this. When you don't kind of get in there, where I don't know what it's like now, it's probably fucking worse. I hope not. But if you don't kind of get in there in the first sort of week of all the different schools merging together at high school, you kind of you do get kind of lost, lost in the sauce. I'm saying loads of things that remind me of oh my god, why the fuck have I just forgotten? I forgot her name. What the fuck's happening? I've been saying her name, I've just forgot. Oh my god, what the fuck's Jessie? That's so weird. How did that happen? Maybe that's a sign I need to go to bed. I'm wondering if I'm just sort of praying. I'm just praying that there's no sort of I don't know, shitty energy or something around Jessie, because there's just been it's like when my guides do that, like that, like I said, the climbing the tree thing. Because remember when that happened before, or maybe it's just Jessie's going to watch the replay at some point, but actually it was like I broke something off of her throat because she couldn't speak. And she felt like she was being kept away from the channel. It wasn't, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but it was like there was an energy. So I'm just sort of saying a wee prayer that whatever is maybe preventing Jessie from coming to join in, that's completely cleared. And let's see if Jessie sort of comes on one of the next sort of lives, because I can't help but notice, I keep saying. But yeah, so like I said, I'm just sort of sharing that because I think that everyone, well, maybe not everyone, but I think everyone at some point we all go through that, in different kind of ways, and it comes back, to visit. Uh, so as a teen, I felt sad, and now I know I have to set boundaries, and that it's a beautiful thing to be this way, and that I love myself first. Yes, absolutely. I personally like. This is where we're not the same. I've personally been told that it's like I've got fuck off stamped on my forehead. Like specifically like when I'm on a night out or something, which I'm like never out. Well, maybe like once a year or something, like never out anymore. But I like that because that is the kind of energy I'm in. Do you know what I mean? Like, and let me tell you, sometimes it doesn't work. I'll just leave it at that. Sometimes it does. I've still had some people. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's interesting that like that, but I know why they're getting me to say that. Remember, I said that it's like even though I openly, very publicly, like, look, I can't move on to some fucker else, right? Because look how much I'm bloody going on about how much I love this guy, right? Like, how am I going to move on? But like I've said before, I could. I don't know who to, but it's like I could because people feel that so many people have got such low self-worth that they wouldn't mind being second best, and that makes me sad. Like, I actually couldn't do that to someone. You know what I mean? We'll see if time's getting on. Well, there is no sand in the timer. I'm not going to lie. My birthday was the cut-off, so he's like, well in overtime. But and I'm not joking. We're in the 12th house. It's secrets, guys. It's fine. It's a secret. We'll telepathically put the memo out to him. She's got much better things than to watch this at any point. But like I've said before, what am I moving on to? You know what I mean? I'm 41. It's shite out there. It's like that shorts I seen the other day. People, you go out and you're out for about an hour and you're like, I want to go home. I want to put my jammies on. You know what I mean? God, I couldn't even drink when my fucking pal was in the house. You know what I mean? Like the sacred the thumb went up. I'm sure you saw, but that's God. Like, yep, that's right. It's shite. There's no point. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God. Oh dear. That's funny. People always want to talk to me in public, but I'll gladly tell someone to fuck off. Yes, well, obviously, if it came to that, Brianna, I could go more into that when we talk in private. Um, it's just like I said, the places I attract people is it's just there's a theme, and it's yeah. Anyway, not happened for a while, but it does happen every now and again. Right, so right, what else have we got for Brianna? And every time it does happen, I get pissed off at my twin flame. It's like it's not his fault. But I'm just kind of, I wouldn't fucking be in this situation. Do you know what I mean? Like it does annoy me. Unexpected help. So again, look, Six of Pentacles. So again, I feel this is about you needing to balance the scales and giving back to you. And then look, we've got the Five of Pentacles, right? Budget lessons, but in this case, it's about you're needing to balance the energy. It's all just coming through, whether it's the fucking like Two of Pentacles or the Six of Pentacles, all the cards about balance. I wouldn't be surprised if Temperance comes out because Five of Pentacles in reverse is about you coming out of that low self-worth or these feelings. So it's about like this balancing your energy to get you out of those feelings. Yeah, and then you'll be like the magician again. Intuition, taking chances, um, and not being confused by lots of different options. And then look what you were just saying. That's quite funny. And again, this doesn't surprise me because, like I said, for people that might not realize that, like, although when me and Brianna are talking at times, like there can be similarities, Brianna, when I've helped you, you've always shown up in that divine masculine energy. So think about how that resonates if you are the divine masculine, female or male, that I'm sure you're like Brianna and you're not short of offers. You've got options. That's the card literally about options. But just because you've got options and you've got lots of people that are attracted to you, it doesn't mean that any of them are actually good enough for you. Like you could be attracting people that like, and again, and it actually, a lot of time it's got nothing to do with looks. People can be very good looking, but are right, you know, insert the word. And people can also equally be very good looking and a very nice person. So you can't always assume that if somebody's good looking, then they're a they're not a nice person. But it can also go that way too. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a minefield out there. You can see why there's lots of us that are like, I just want to be my fucking self. And that just, eliminates all of that from happening. But that can be quite miserable too. I can't. Wait a minute. I know you're going to believe me, but wait a minute. I don't know if I'm going to catch it in time. Smells like Teen Spirit literally has just come on. So I'll put in the community tab. Smells like Teen Spirit. So there is definitely, so this isn't just for Brianna, there's definitely something coming through here for Brianna, but for other people that resonate about revisiting your teenage self to give them some love. So if you were, as a teenager, somebody that felt unloved or unworthy or didn't didn't love yourself enough to be picky and choosy in the way that you deserve to be. Like, not everybody deserves access to your energy. Whether this is Brianna, whether this is other females or males listening to this, not everybody deserves your energy. And I'm not just talking about romantically, but that goes without saying. But with that, but like, you know, in any content, you know what I mean? Like, you need to love yourself and protect yourself and be like, I don't know if I actually want to be part of this energy exchange. You know what I mean? Like, they might want a bit of me, but I'm not wanting a bit of them. You know what I mean? Anyway, I like bringing that speech in when it's relevant. And like, right, again, if I wasn't in risky attire on the bottom half, I would reach over right now. But they're just trust me, they're pulling my eyes to that card from yesterday. It says, "Love yourself." We all need to love ourselves a little bit more at times, and that's just the message that seems to be coming through. Wow, that's amazing with the teen spirit. I know that really is amazing. That's why I knew you'd believe me, but I'm going to post it on the I'm going to post it on the community tab because that's nuts. I'll post it to encourage people to watch this after. But right, guys, yeah, I think that's just it, Brianna. Do you know what I mean? That's like, do with that what you will. But there is a strong message coming through there about just getting still and doing, you know, doing some deeper work, listening to whatever age it is that's coming through. And like I said, if at any point you get guided to do that with me one to one, then we can, you know, can pick up from what's coming through now. But again, you can do that yourself, so you'll know whether it's something that needs a bit more of a hand holding is what I like to do. Right, I'm done. Same message coming through. Look, reevaluate your priorities. And I did say that at some point because it's not me, it's the guide saying it through me. You need to reevaluate your priorities. So I feel it is just, I remember whenever I read for you before, this is always what came through. There's just something about bringing about the balance there of giving to others and giving back to yourself. Just there's some kind of priority that you need to look at there. Embrace your power. And that's all the masculines. And I know that because that's what I read and pick up on all the time. I know that that's true. Right, guys, I am going to love you and leave you, but I'm going to read us a very romantical journey of love card before I go. So let's see. And I'm probably going to publish the video for tomorrow, right after that. In fact, I might just, I haven't even watched it back, but I'm just all I'll say is a respect thing, right? I'll not go into it because I don't want to. I've got certain days that I don't publish. If you, I don't know if people really notice, but like it's just this thing that I've done. It's like a ritual routine for me. There's certain days that I don't publish things, so I might just do it like even and it's like it's about to go into the next day, so I'm just so it's not. Haven't watched it. Wait a minute. Do you know what? I'm just like, I've not watched it back. Do you know the reason why I'm thinking not? They're telling me it's okay. It's just because I'm like, if at any point I've like bent over or something and it's, I mean, it's just, you just see that it's like the top of my pants, you know what I'm saying? But it's not very, no. They're telling me it's all right. It's very late at night. I'll watch this quickly and yeah, it's not that day in America. There you go. Now, say, yeah, because I want to watch it back, so that's fine. I filmed it today. There you go. That's how we can get around it. My loved ones in spirit, my guides, they know that I love them. You can say what you want, but it won't change my mind. I feel the same about you. Oh my god, that's kind of like what I've said in this live stream. And when I get that feeling, I can no longer something. I don't know. And when I get that feeling. That's by Texas. There might literally be something about Texas. Right, okay. What have we got? That's one of those songs that you just want to keep singing. That actually reminds me of, has anybody seen the film? Now, this is very old. What the fuck is it called? It's like, it's two P's, but I can't remember. It's Jennifer Aniston, and it's, is it Pitch? Yeah, Pitch Perfect. That's what it's called. And it's got that song in it. And she makes the mistake of picking the bad boy, Kevin Bacon, who's hot in that film. That's how old that film is, because he is a lot older now. But yeah, it's hot in that film actually. Um, he's like the bad boy. It's like that, like that's what I've already said in this, right? So this is good because we've given the example of like the Barbie thing that came up, and but that would be an example of a bad boy kind of like, you know, when it feels like it's that archetype of like these type of people, whether it's a man or a woman, they're always going to be playing with you. They're always going to be toying with you. It's like the Jezebel and Leviathan spirit. It's like there's always going to be something that's better than you in their eyes. That's also a narcissist, by the way. But it's kind of like they're just playing with you to pass the time, and then they'll disregard you when they feel like it. Again, and sadly, that happens in friendships too. Like, you know, I help people with this. It's also happened to me. You know, where it's kind of like with somebody, it makes you feel like I said earlier, somebody makes you feel like every fucker else is better than you, and oh, like I've got a better offer, see you later. That happens in love, that happens in friendship, you know, that happens in fucking families too. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's the people that you don't give as much time to them. If they're not making time for you and everybody else is more exciting, then just you remember that when it comes to, you know, you don't need to be horrible about it, but you shouldn't be bending over backwards for them. So what's coming through, but we're here for the sass. Ah, but also, this is a lovely card. Drop into your heart. Green and pink, heart chakra colors. So let's see what this says. Um, love the romantical cards. Yes, I thought you were going to sing the sexual healing song. Yeah. Baby, I'm hot just like an oven. I need some loving. Is that the words? And baby, and when I get that feeling, I need sexual healing. That's that card that I found on the floor. Where is it? It does sound like that, the start of that song, doesn't it? And when I get that feel, I can no longer. Oh yeah, it does sound. Maybe she ripped off. Yeah, look, that's that. That's what's about to happen there. That might even be a lot of people's weekends, and I'm not even kidding. I can feel that that might be. Again, lucky you. You could let me know if that is you. But power, North Node. A lot of people fall in their North Node. That's actually, that ain't a joke. They're saying that because that's Saturn going in Aries. There will be brand new beginnings. Mariah Carey Fantasy just came on. But it's just a sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. You know what I mean? It's like I think that's what I'm channeling. It's like, and also, fuck's sake, I can't stand it. I can and I can't. The Pisces 12th house is that. Things that feel like a dream and a fantasy. I think the message is you need to come out of the dream and the fantasy and make it real. I'm blaming you, Piana. Fucking hell, the things that I'm just. Oh, that's oh my god. Right, I am blaming you for what I've just look at. I don't like blame and shame, but look at this. You mentioned that, and look what I've just opened up the page at. I am not. I mean, that is hilarious. Coming together. You can't see it either. Look. I did say there's going to be some actual literal meetings, because of course that's what that means. Is it in this? Yes, there you go. You can see what it says. That is hilarious. You and another soul are coming into each other's worlds, which is, look, I said it in a jokey way, but they were saying it because it's happening. It is a karmic destiny that is unfolding. Hello, Saturn, the end of Pisces. An expression of a divine plan set in motion many lifetimes ago. That destiny. Oh, I said this on the shorts too. That destiny may have a romantic purpose. It may have a sacredness that is sexual. It literally says that. It may have a sacredness that is creative, tender about learning self-esteem or courage. tying into what I've said to you and other people. It may bring a gift of enduring friendship and loyalty, or be an expression of a passing flash of divine force that shakes your foundations and helps you move you out of a situation which would have consumed your light with tediousness and playing small. That is so interesting because it's either on the one for today or tomorrow. I got guided to a shorts from years ago. I know, it is hilarious coming together. It's just the combination of songs that were mentioned, you know what I'm saying? Sure, don't need to point that one out. But like I'm just distracted by how funny that is. Yeah, I got guided to shorts that says move. Literally says move. So that's a message for people too. Like it's time to move. Saturn in Aries is saying it's time to move. Do you know what I mean? The coming together is happening, however. No, it is of love. This oracle brings guidance. You are going to be moved by love, whether it's a long term or fast and furious. It is love and it has meaning. Let it be what it is. Do not try to force it to become what you think it must be. It has worth as you do. Enjoy the experience and know it serves your growth. Two energy, oh my God, look, there's a theme tonight. Two energy patterns came together, a shared frequency in a field of possibilities, and there was resonance. Moving on, right now to read the one I actually pulled. Right. Let the feminine, I just opened the book up at Let the Feminine Lead the Way as well. The feminine lead the way. Oh dear. 68. The Christ flame. Oh my God, they ain't playing, guys. Let the feminine lead the way. That's like Mary Magdalene vibes. And now we've got the Christ flame. Jesus. Mary Magdalene and Jesus guiding these connections together. It's happening. Right. Lovers. Yeah, yeah, we get it. Look, lovers. They're talking. Can I find the page? Because it's about ready. I'm about ready for my peanut butter and toast again. Right. So drop into your heart. There's a place of light within that no darkness can touch. It cannot be shamed. It can never be made impure. It is never lost or darkened or unavailable to us. Though we may forget sometimes, sitting in a darkened room and not really realizing that we can stand up and walk into the light so close to us, just on the other side of the doorway to the heart. Whatever may arise, great joy, great sorrow, drop into your heart and offer it to the divine. Gently bowing your forehead to your hands in prayer. Connect mind to heart. Let yourself have some peace. It wants you, you know. Now, there was loads about peace last night. There's loads about prayer tonight, although I'm always praying and talking about praying. Praying is Pisces energy, Pisces moon right now. This oracle brings you an offering. The divine would like you to offer whatever is bringing your heart trouble, or of course, joy. There's be a lot about joy too. The divine would like to receive this from you as a gift, that it may return to you some special blessing. Place your hands at your heart, and in a genuine reflection, perhaps you may choose to offer your heart burden or light now. I'm ready to drop into my heart. Yeah, me too. I'm in my heart. I'm open. I've got an open heart. Either will be joyfully received by the divine, and you shall be graced with a gift in return. We surrender. Longing, the dance to move beyond the feeling that draws me forward to a place born within that calls my soul to feel complete. Beautiful. Right, my lovely soul fam, I am going to. Oh my God, I've been sitting on a fucking pen. That's probably all over my leg. Like, I thought it was a card. It was like the pen lid was digging into my leg. Gonna have some mystical meaning, no doubt. Grab the pen and get writing the messages. Gemini communication season. But yes, so thank you very much. Thank you very much, Brianna, for booking that, and thank you, Renee, and I hope that helped you both. And yes, again, just take the healing that's come through, because that was beautiful healing. And yeah, like I said, for anyone that's watching on the replay, yeah, I'm kind of actually feeling it. I'm wondering. I was thinking before I'd done this, I thought, well, that's quite funny that this is a 12th house live. and I used to do something called 12th House Tuesdays, and it is a Tuesday too. You know what I mean? So I think I'm being guided to bring back, and I don't want to put too much on my plate after just giving you that message, Brianna, but I feel like I'm being guided to bring back 12th House Tuesdays. But the thing is, like, I could just do it like as like a video, you know, where I'm not like live all the time. But I think when I do feel like, because it's like I feel it would go like this, like it went tonight, like it would be more of picking up on people's blockages and stuff. Because I like that just to mix it up a bit. Because I always go to the cards, but you know, and although people that are here all the time know that the prayers and the healings weaved into everything, it definitely, you know, it's a bit different when I'm clearing people's blocks like that, like what happened. So, my God, I get far too comfortable in here, guys, because it's like, you know what I mean. I'm like wriggling about and stuff, and I'm like itching my leg, and it's kind of like, look, it's fine if you're sitting with your pal, but it's like it's a bit fucking dodge, like. Anyway, it's fine, fine. Yeah, it's all below that. I'm just checking, but that's why I didn't actually. But yeah, I'm going to watch that other one and publish it now. So right. So I don't know if I'll just keep the title that just now because that was what came through. So yes, thank you as well. Love you and appreciate you. Have a relaxed evening to sleep well. Thank you very much. I love you too. I love you all. And yes, if anyone wants to book a personal session, what day's tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. I'm not, like I said, that's a respect thing. That's like there's certain days that are yeah, so I'm not doing like I said, I've got a client that was already booked in. I've got just like an hour session about tea time, and then I'll just quiet day tomorrow and Thursday because it's Pisces moon. I'm not here for it. It's Aries, to be fair, it's Aries moon after tea time, but I think I'll just rest and recharge, and then I'll come back and do a kick-ass Aries moon live and talk more about Saturn and Aries. Although I don't know there's much more to say. I've said it loads, but it'll come through anyway. But yeah, so there are some sessions available on the Friday, I'm sure. And no, actually, I think there are sessions. There are sessions for Thursday night, and there might be one for Friday too. But yeah, like I said, not the next. Oh, that's one of my favorites too. Always, and I'll be there forever and the day. Always. Now that again, I remember channeling about that a couple of years ago, but that video is what annoys me. I love that song, but it annoys me because he cheats on the girl. But don't know who the fucking hell the girl's meant to be in the video, but it doesn't look. It looks not good, doesn't it? If you know what I'm saying. Right, we can't leave it on that, but it came on for a reason. See, because it's 12th house, it's going to have some sort of meaning. Basically, it's the guy fucks up, you know, he fucks up and he regrets it and he loses somebody. So actually, that kind of fits in with this, doesn't it? Might not, hopefully, it's not the exact same story because watch the video, you get what I mean. Very sneaky. That is Pisces energy, sneaky. Within a child's eyes lives a universe where innocence is guided by the love and trust has no boundaries. Visionary. You have the capacity to envision what's possible. So again, keep visualizing what you do want and push away. I know it's hard, easier said than done, but push away the negative thoughts and the recurring script of all the bad things that could happen and tell yourself the good things that could happen. Wait, I forgot I was going to pull one of these because it's Pisces. Water codes, ancient wisdom, the intelligence is within you. Feel your energy in water. Plunge, don't hold back. It's look at these last ones. These are important. Plunge. That's quite a funny word. Don't hold back. It's time. Go for it. Dive in. I'll not make any jokes. Life lessons and growth. You'll get through this. Ride the waves. So again, this is a combination of what people might be going through. But yeah, look, don't hold back. It's time. Go for it. Dive in. So somebody needed that message too. Right, I'm going now. And I'll be there forever and always. I'll be there when the okay, I'll just go and sing myself. See you later.